Hi everybody, welcome back to Dress to Quest. I'm Nathan, I am the DM here, and tonight we are playing in the Ghost of Saltmarsh setting. We are a D&D live stream with an emphasis on cosplay. With all that, let's do our player introductions and then jump into a recap. So starting us off, we have Chris.
Hi everybody, I'm Chris and I play Ayize Marley, Termitian human wizard. And oh my goodness, we burned a lot of stuff up last week. Oh, sorry, I burned a lot of stuff up last week. I hope there's no consequences.
It was very fun. Next up, we have Eric.
This is fine. So, yeah, there was a big fire, and Glum the Gnome was a part of the shenanigans. So I'm playing Glum. He's a Battlesmith Artificer, and pretend that I have a big gnome nose right now because I couldn't find it today. But I'll act very gnomish, I promise.
Yes.
Oh, also, I have a Dungeons & Dragons comedy TikTok. We started a couple weeks ago. It's in beta, but we have a lot of content already. It's Dad Jokes and Dragons. So check it out, Dad Jokes and Dragons on TikTok. Thanks.
Well, we all know that Eric can't do dad jokes, so I don't know. It seems like not a great channel, Eric. Alright, and last but not least, we have Space.
Man, that's messed up. What's up, guys? I'm Space. I play Aspen, the Astamar Hexblade Warlock, Divine Soul Sorcerer. And I'm excited for more dad jokes. I don't know about you guys, but I am.
Oh my god, yes, the whole world of Faerun is just thrilled. Alright, let's jump into it. So, last we left off, our heroes had arrived in the town of Thornhold, or colloquially known as the Styes, a city of corruption and pollution and alchemists and secrets. And as you wandered through the streets looking for Scarin, he got away, being warned by your seeming companion, Aeroleth, who went to warn him and fled off with him. You got a clue as to where he may have gone, and you went to a warehouse that you extracted from one of his minions. At this warehouse, you discovered, it was the major warehouse owned by one of the council members of Thornhold, a gentleman by the name of Mr. Dory, who is a notorious businessman within Thornhold and one of the council members. You decided to bust down the door and go straight to find Scarin as quickly as possible, knowing that there were some potential monsters waiting within that were acting as guard dogs. Busting inside, you were encountered by some manticores that jumped down from the ceiling and started attacking you. And in this fight, Ayize cast a fireball, but using force energy. Yeah. But didn't realize that most of the boxes within the warehouse were holding very combustible alchemical supplies, and it caused a chain reaction, exploding the entire warehouse and setting it into flames. This fight continuing to go forth, a strange giant frog monster fell from the ceiling that was writhing with some weird worms, killing all the creatures within. You barely escaped the building as it collapsed around you, flames erupting everywhere, and out on the streets you could hear people shouting for help, see people scrambling, running off to find guards and authorities. So you slipped off into the night, down some alleys, and managed to elude some guards via stealth and deception, eventually jumping into the harbor with your water-breathing capabilities, swimming back to the Diora, and climbing aboard the Diora. You settled in for the night, trying to recover and strategize on what to do the following day, with your new friend Glum in tow. So, let's pick up there. Let's start off with, I believe we left off, and you can, because time gets a little funky here at the end of episodes, I believe we left off with all of you retiring to your rooms and settling down for a long rest with your crew on watch up top. Is that correct? Okay, I see some nods. Okay, well, if that's where we're going to start off, As you all settle down for the night, slowly, one by one, drifting off into your various states of sleep. Some of you may be staying up a little late. I think, Aize, you were doing some work in your book in archive, right? Were any of you else staying up to do anything, or do you think you just went straight to bed? Glum and let's start with Glum. Glum, did you just go straight to bed, or?
I think Glum would probably try and seek some alcohol
Okay.
and quietly get inebriated and fall asleep drunk.
Okay. Yeah. Kind of toddling around the ship, you eventually find yourself down by the I suppose a kitchen of a sort, a cook room, where there's many supplies, and within there is a halfling gentleman who's kind of like taking stock of everything. You don't know this, Glum, but Shifty is down there currently working. He kind of looks at you and goes, hey, who are you? I don't recognize you.
I'm Glum. It's really nice to meet you.
Yeah, all right. Are you, what are you doing down here? Did you talk to the captain?
Yeah, I've talked to the captain.
Oh, all right. What are you looking for?
Wine. You have wine.
Yeah, we got some wine. And he'll go find some bottles of wine for you and pass one over to you. And I'm not going to play this out too long because hopefully Josh will be with us next week and he can introduce himself to Glum. But you get your bottle of wine, Glum, and you head back to your room and are set for the night. Aspen, are you doing anything?
No, I think I would just go straight to bed.
Okay. So, all of you settling down. Aize, I feel like you're probably the one who's up latest if you're doing some work. Probably about an hour goes by and you're just getting ready to drift off to sleep. When you hear some movement up on the deck. Aspen, you are kind of jolted awake from very loud, frantic, like on your captain's door, and you hear outside. Oh God, who are the people that you came up with last time? We got Baines, Willard, Noelle, and Jenna. Sure. You hear Noelle's voice outside the door. Captain!
What? What's going on? Yes.
You should come out here now, quickly.
Okay. All right. Let me just. Do I need my axe?
Maybe.
All right. And I take my axe out.
Okay.
And I will stumble out. I won't have my hat on, but I will
Okay.
stumble out. What's going on?
So
And-
you stumble out onto the deck, and as you look around, first thing that catches your eye, you see out on the docks, like where you're moored, probably 100 twinkling lights. And as you kind of adjust and look, you notice that a crowd has gathered. There's a crowd of probably more than 100 people all standing on the dock just outside the Diora. And as you kind of focus in, you can see they're all just staring silently, holding lanterns, like oil lanterns and torches. You can't see any of their faces. It's odd at first, and then you look closely and realize that they have just dark veils covering their faces, so it looks as though there's just a dark shadow where their face should be. More than 100 people standing there, staring at the Diora, holding torches and lanterns.
When I just looked to Noelle. When did this happen?
We started to notice folks walking down the street, and then they stopped and turned. Many of them had lanterns and torches, and the crowd built quickly within 5 minutes. I came as soon as I could.
Okay. Go get Aize, get Glum, and I'll see what's going on. I guess I will move like towards the side of the ship that's closest to the dock,
Okay.
and I'll call out, "May we help you?"
Okay. You call out. Um, as you do, Noel darts off. Aize, you hear the quick patter of feet running down the halls and knocking on doors as people are awoken. Eventually, you hear the knock on your door, Aize, and Noel is outside the door calling, "Aize, the captain needs you up top right away, right away." Oh, you're muted, Aize.
Oh, I will be on my way.
Okay. Glum, same for you. You hear this knock and request for your presence.
What time is it?
It's probably, jeez, it's probably like approaching midnight, like 11:30 or so.
Okay, so probably just fell asleep, inebriated. So you can decide.
Okay.
He uses it as like he uses it all the time, but not to get overly drunk. So it's up to you
Okay.
if I'm buzzed or not.
Were you I mean, yeah, I guess that's the question. Were you drinking to get drunk or just?
He drinks all the time, and so you can consider it like a sleep aid for him.
But does it sometimes, does he go a little too far?
Not a little bit.
I'll give you this. Make a Constitution saving throw with advantage, and we'll see what happens.
All right, let's do that.
Okay, yeah, you're fine. You're fine.
Okay, cool.
So wake up feeling just fine.
All right, wake up. What?
Captain needs you right away. Up top, please.
All right, I'll show up,
Okay.
and I'll go ahead and summon my doggo.
How do you summon your dog?
He's just kind of like pseudo sleeping next to me, and I just turn and go. "Arr."
And the dog starts walking next to you as you go upstairs. So the two of you are heading upstairs. Aspen, you've just called out to the crowd. You said, "May I help you?" Is that what you said?
Yes.
All of the crowd just stares at you blankly. Don't see any expressions because all of them have those dark veils over their faces. They seem to be connected to either hoods or hats, and this is a wide makeup of people. None of them seem to be wearing armor or uniforms of any kind.
Can I see? Is there a way for me to tell if this is an illusion or something?
Make a perception roll.
Okay. 16.
These are all real people. Every single one of them. They're just staring blankly. You do notice a figure, though, starting to move through the crowd, kind of at the back, and they're heading like beeline straight for the gangplank. And as they get closer, you see them raising their hands up kind of awkwardly, sort of shaking in a sort of surrendering position as they start walking up towards the gangplank.
Is this Scarin? Do I recognize? Or this person is Scarin?
They have their head down at the moment as they're walking forward, and they do seem to be kind of walking in a strange way, but what catches your attention, the bent head looking down as they pass by a couple of torches and it illuminates their features. You see platinum blonde hair.
That was okay, so Aerolifton, the half elven
Potentially.
girl. Did she have platinum
She did.
Okay. I'm gonna call out to her, or this person. Don't come any closer. And I will start to summon an Eldritch Blast, just in case.
Okay, so what does that look like? Are you like holding your hand out, or?
Yeah, I'm holding my hand up with my axe in the other hand, and you just see like this purple flame kind of start to.
Exactly.
You just see this purple flame kind of force ball start to like begin to grow in my hand.
Awesome. So
You're holding the hand down and the axe up.
Yeah, of course.
So
it's in case I have to switch.
yeah. So as you
But
say that,
if she gets any closer. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. Sorry.
no, it's
Okay.
okay. You say that, and the energy is forming in your hand, and the figure kind of stumbles to a stop. At this point, Aize, you push open the door and step out onto the deck. Glum is shortly behind you as you both come out onto the deck and see this scene. All of these twinkling lights of people with torches and lanterns.
I just wanted to mention before I leave, I did not get a long rest, so
No.
I take out my Pearl of Power,
Mhm.
engage it, so I
Okay.
can get back a spell slot before I go out.
Okay, you get your spell slot back.
Was this enough for a short rest?
Yeah, I'd say you could have gotten a short rest.
Oh, good.
Okay.
Yeah, so those of you who have features for short rest, go for it and do that. Aize and Glum, you see this scene. Are you going to do anything?
I turn to Aize and I say, well, we thought there'd be a problem from the fire that we made. It looks like they have a light response.
Not good, but not unexpected. It's too bad we couldn't have sailed off immediately. Wait, is that Earlith?
And you
I
see
think so. I can't tell.
Oh,
This-
They have their head down.
a woman like this. And at this
Earlith,
point,
if that's you, could you look up, please?
and
You
as
look
she
better.
looks up, you can see Aeroleth. You all notice she looks very disheveled. She actually looks like she's maybe recently been in water. Like she's kind of, her hair is a mess and she looks kind of damp. Aspen, since you've been standing here a while and like really focusing on this and with that 16, there's a couple other details that you notice. The hair, something about the hair doesn't look right. It's like the where the part line would be, it seems to be off, like almost twisted to the side. One of her ears, she has those pointed elven ears. One of her ears is rounded, like a human ear. And the scar, it seems to have lost a lot of its detail. It just almost looks like almost just like a raised mark that the color doesn't look right. Like even more so, like it doesn't match in any way than from what you remember. But she's standing there looking kind of uncomfortable, staring up at you all. You see her kind of breathing heavily.
You said there was more than one person?
There's probably over 100 people.
No. Coming up the gangplank.
Just her. Yeah, she's about a little ways back in the crowd since Aspen called out, so she's probably like 3 people deep, away from the gangplank. So probably like 15 feet away from the gangplank.
And she was the only person that was going to be walking onto the ship.
Yeah, the only person moving. Yeah, everyone else is literally staring up at the ship.
That looks like her, Captain. What do you think?
No, she looks different. Look at her ear. That's not where her scar was before.
Well, the scar is in the same spot. It just
But okay.
the details off. Like a lot of the color has suddenly gone away, and it almost doesn't look like her skin tone, like as if it had been something had been like put on her face.
Can I roll perception?
Yeah, roll a perception roll.
I would like to use my celestial legacy to cast daylight
Sure. Okay.
behind, like in that area. So it's a 60-foot radius
Mhm.
sphere, and it's at a point that I choose. So I'm gonna do it. I think maybe on top of the crowd, so that we can see like
Okay.
those in front.
So you reach out, and suddenly the entire crowd is illuminated with this bright daylight. Aize, you have to kind of squint for a moment from this sudden blast of daylight, but as your eyes adjust and you look, you can see very clearly now this like harsh, almost like spotlight helicopter spotlight lighting on the crowd, you can see Aeroleth's features more clearly, and Aize, you realize that, yeah, the scar's in the right spot, but it's like it's lost, like I said, it's lost a lot of its detail. It's almost like it's almost melted, and you realize that it's makeup. It's like wax that's been put on her face. And in this harsh light, you can see that her other elven ear looks damaged. And her hair is a wig. It's slightly off. But that is Aeroleth. Like, all of her features are right. It's just this makeup that she apparently had on has become worn and disheveled and ruined, probably from going in the water.
So this was someone who was disguised as Aeroleth who came to us?
That is Aeroleth. It's just the features, like the elven features, are makeup. Oh, so
I gestured to her.
Okay.
Come on.
She starts to kind of push through the crowd, hands up, and so she's gonna start walking up the gangplank. You all allow it?
I'm gonna send Stan to kind of go up to the top of the gangplank, but just let her go by.
Scott?
Yeah.
Okay. So Scott.
And
okay.
And then I turn to Aiza and I say, "That's not her. That's a duplicate."
I think she was always in disguise and trying to fool us. I'm more curious to find out who the real, why Aeroleth chose to disguise herself as a platinum-haired half-elf.
So she's not a duplicate. She's a snooplicate.
I'm going to kill you someday. You know that, right?
Everybody.
I
wants
approve of that.
As she gets to the top of the gangplank, she stops there before you, probably no more than 5 feet from you all, and you can see now very clearly all of the very careful makeup that she had applied is essentially ruined, and she looks in pretty bad shape. Kind of.
Let me guess. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Nick.
She's clearly been in the water. She's damp, not dripping, but like the wig is all messed up. Her clothing looks damp. Her face looks a bit strained as her arms are up. And Aize, what were you gonna say?
Let me guess. Maybe hiding in that warehouse wasn't such a good idea.
Aize, another thing you notice, her being this close, her eyes are seeming to have a hard time focusing on any one of you. They're kind of sort of wandering. And
Do you have anything to say for yourself? Do you have anything to say?
Her breath, big, heavy, deep breaths, and suddenly the eyes look straight at you. I have brought you a peace offering. This is not Aeroleth that you know. I am called the Whisperer, and I would like to make you a deal. Consider this an olive branch. As she suddenly gestures to herself and kind of tenses. I know that you want this individual known as Scarin. I can give you Scarin. If you do something for me, I will give Scarin to you gladly. Are you interested?
I look at Aspen.
Yeah, can I make the whisper one? Is that like a religious check to know this person, or is that like a straight intelligence check?
You wouldn't know this. Just like this is very specific information.
How about arcane lore? I mean arcana?
I'll tell you what. You can both make history rolls. These are gonna be very, very high DC. Like very, 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 very high to get this.
11.
Yeah.
I don't think I'll do any better than 16.
You have no idea.
No.
First, tell me, are you possessed by a demon, a doppelganger, or just a weirdo?
And Aeroleth, kind of the eyes shift to you, Glum. I am not possessed. I am speaking for the Whisperer. The Whisperer speaks through me, offering you these things.
You mean you're like a sock puppet?
I suppose so.
Oh my goodness.
And
Well then.
does the Whisperer live underwater? Why are you so wet?
Do not worry yourself of this. All I bring to you is a simple request, and you can have Scarin.
Go ahead. Let's hear you out. This is not a yes or no. This is let's hear you out.
I thank you. You see, I was driven from my home many years ago by some foul creatures. These creatures have found me recently. I have been hiding from them, but I know where they dwell. If you dispose of these creatures for me, I will give you Scarin freely, and I will let you go in peace. And Aeroleth slowly reaches down towards her satchel, lifts the flap up, awkwardly reaches in as her arm pulls out a map. The other hand kind of shakily raises and slaps down on a location on the map.
I'll just take that.
Okay. Are you gonna see where she's pointing, or just pull it out from under?
Oh, I'm going to take a look at the map.
Okay. So you grab it and see where her hand is pointing, and it looks like a very detailed map of the region of the Sword Coast that includes Thornhold and Saltmarsh. Just essentially the map that you've been accustomed to seeing in our game, but a little bit more zoomed in, lots of detail. And she seems to be pointing at a location about a mile offshore from Thornhold.
Yeah, and I'm peeking, so please let me know if I know anything
Oh,
about
I
it.
lower the map.
Yeah.
Or I get down on my knees.
I'm on my tippy toes.
Yeah, I get on my knees.
So you all take a look. Glum, make a history roll for me.
History. Oh, I am proficient, baby.
21. Wow. That location that she's pointing at, Glum, you know that location is notorious for when the weather is bad, which is partially why there's the giant lighthouse that's built in kind of the center of the styes. When the weather is bad, that location, a mile offshore, is notorious for sinking ships and for creating lots of shipwrecks. There's been a number of wealthy galleons that have been coming into port, and a storm has struck, and they've gone missing in that location.
So this is just water, the place
It's
that
just water that she's
Yeah.
pointing to. I mean, there's, I guess on this detailed map, there are like depictions of rocky reefs and things where the ships collide into during storms, kind of designating the ones that are known. But it is a very treacherous area to traverse.
Do you mind if I ask him a few ask the Whisperer a few questions, Captain Glum?
No. Go ahead.
Glum, do you have any questions?
No, but I know that place.
Oh, you do? Ah, that's even more convenient. Just a couple of questions. Whisperer, can we assume that you have made an arrangement with our Mr. Dory?
Mr. Dory is an acquaintance, but I sit above the council.
Ah, then this arrangement includes any expectations of vengeance from him?
Clarify. I'm afraid I don't understand.
Well, we were looking for her and we damaged some of Dory's property. Right?
There
I
will
was
By
be
damage.
no repercussions from Mr. Dory as long as you follow through with my request.
Okay, that's the one thing. Can you tell us about the nature of the creatures? Because, when we start blasting the crap and stabbing and killing everything in that area, it would be good to know that we're actually disposing of the ones who are looking for you.
They are ancient beings. Powerful. They are
Aquatic?
even, some would say, above the gods. They are very adept in the water. They can see into your thoughts. They will devour you if you are not careful.
Yeah, but could you give it a name?
They are known as.
Let me guess.
The words that come spilling out of Airless' mouth are strange and incomprehensible. What languages do y'all speak?
Oh,
I speak Celestial, Common, and Infernal.
Okay, you don't recognize it.
Celestial, Common, Dwarvish, Gnomish.
You don't recognize it.
Gnome, common, undercommon.
Yep, none of you recognize it. As these strange words spill out of Airleth's mouth.
Alright, fine. One last question. You wouldn't have anything to do with Theras Dune, would you?
The head kind of cocks. Why do you utter that name?
Because there's no other way to say it. I don't like saying that name. Nasty god of entropy and horrific worminess.
I'm aware. These two foul creatures that pursue me have connections with Tharizdun.
We'll do the job. I'm sorry. I look at Aspen and I say,
Yeah, I mean, you're ready. Yeah, we'll do the job.
we'll do the job. Sounds great.
We're going
I
under
do
the
have
water.
one more question. Yeah, well, you know the place well, don't you, Glum? You would know how best to navigate us through that.
Airleth
It's water.
turns. Yeah, go ahead.
It's water. It's dangerous. There's rocky reefs. It'll be fantastic.
Airleth turns to you, Glum. In that location, these two beings dwell within a great shipwreck. Look for the one with the name Curiosity scrawled on the back.
Curiosity.
Mm.
How appealing. And we're all
I don't like that you're so excited for this, Aize.
What?
This is the second. Well, this is like our third time fighting something in relations to Tharizdun, and nothing good has ever happened.
Yeah, something good happened. We defeated them and we thwarted. I'm not gonna say the name, but when we gather more information, in the long grand scheme of things, I think that's a win, Captain.
And before we set sail, can you tell us anything about Captain Zandis?
Oh, thank
We
you.
were told that she would be here, and she told us to meet her here to gather some of our magical supplies.
Aeroleth jerks her head, looking at you, Aspen. I do not know this one by the name of Captain Sanders. I don't know who you speak of.
Red tiefling woman. Russet, dark brown hair. Kind of reddish gold horns. She has a mole here and another one on her armpit, between her armpit and her left breast.
Whoa.
Okay,
I
the
say.
Aeroleth's eyes roll into the back of her head, and you see them quickly flickering as she stands there for a moment. I've seen this woman about town. She's been near the embassy to Thay, if you wish to seek her around there.
Embassy to
Yes.
Thay, the Thayan embassy.
That explains a lot. Okay. Thank you so much, Whisperer. That was very, very valuable information that you have freely given. And if I might speak on behalf of our illustrious captain and crew, we will expedite your mission expeditiously. Captain, do you have anything to say to the Whisperer?
No, I just want them off the ship now.
Oh no, we have to
Every
keep
time
her.
I give you her as a gift.
Yes, but could you remove your hand from her?
Yes, of course.
Ah, good.
Thank you.
Shit.
Go ahead, Aspen. Ask her for the money.
I grab her by her shirt. Where's my money?
Yes, fine. Just take whatever you want. And she gestures down to her satchel.
I take the whole satchel. I give it to Aize. All
right.
right, let's go.
Oh!
No.
Actually,
forgot you have
Aize, you grab the satchel, and it feels very, very light.
Oh, it's light. Oh, okay, good.
Very light.
I was assuming that it was carrying 400 gold pieces in it. I open it.
It looks empty.
Oh no, she doesn't have any money.
No. Just, come on, Aize. You know what
Oh,
this
don't
is.
talk to me.
You know what that is. Think of what you need. Get it. Think of the 400 gold, and you'll have it.
Oh,
Oh,
well, that's ours now.
I reach in and I think 400 gold pieces.
And you feel a small, or not small, rather large purse in your hand as you clutch it, clinking with gold.
I put down the satchel and then I check the gold.
It's 400 gold.
All right, I hand it to the captain.
Thank you. I say we keep that for the trouble she has caused us, and I will take her down to like our brig, because I don't trust her around any of the crew.
Well, the crew's gonna have to watch her.
Yeah, but she'll be behind bars by then. So
I wouldn't worry. We could put hold on. Who do we have? Oh, Oceanus. You can keep an eye on her.
okay.
This is a bag of holding, right, Nathan?
It is indeed.
Okay, well, we have shifties, so we have another one. All right. Unless, okay, I'm just gonna type it in here.
Just be careful with those 2 bags of holding. Anyways,
Yeah, I will take her down. And as we go,
okay.
so you try to double cross us, and look what happened to you.
Listen, I was doing my job, and there were no hard feelings against any of you, really. It was part of my job. But listen, you don't.
Can I make a medicine check on her to see if she's okay?
You see blood starting to trickle down her nose.
Okay.
That's not normal.
That is not normal.
Yeah, make a medicine roll.
21.
With a 21, it's... What just happened is indicative of when psychic powers are used to inflict harm. There's clearly many blood vessels that burst in an instant and started pouring out of with like somewhere up within her nasal cavity, and it's all started gushing out. And that kind of sudden stop and twinge of pain seems to indicate that it was psychic damage. As she sits there holding her nose, just never mind. Bring me to my cell, please.
I will take, as I'm like walking her, I will place my hand on her back and I will cast the Cure Wounds on her.
Oh, wow. Okay.
How beat up does she look? Does she look like really beat up?
Yeah, with the 21, let me, hold on. Let me, I'll give you a couple more things that you notice, especially with casting Cure Wounds on her. Just give me a moment. Gotta pull up my notes. Okay. When you cast Cure Wounds, normally you feel the kind of energy pass through your hand and almost get a sensation of warmth directly under your fingers, and it kind of spreading out over the area where you cast it. This time, as the energy starts to build in your hands and release, it is immediately cold, as though the magic was unable to take hold. You also notice that a couple things. At the base of her neck, since you were kind of behind her, you do notice a very intricate tattoo that's right at the base of her neck. It's kind of runic in nature. It appears to be have a very intricate arcane design. And you also see what looks like a bruise that kind of runs. You just catch the edge of it. It runs along her shoulder and starts to go out towards her neck and then disappears again under the clothing. And there is kind of she is damp, like her clothing is damp, but her skin almost looks slick, like wetter than it should be.
What happened to you? I mean,
it's fine. Really? Please, just get me to my cell, please.
Okay. And I will take her to her cell.
All right. Locking her up, Oceanus is. You call Oceanus over, and he posts up down in the brig, keeping an eye on her. Glum and Aize, are you the two of you doing anything? Oh, I'll say this. Sorry, just before that, as Aspen leaves and the two of you are up on the deck, you watch as the crowd... You watch as, kind of like piecemeal, one individual slowly turns and then starts to walk off into the city. Then another slowly turns, starts to walk off into the city. And very slowly, you start to see people leaving. But everyone else is still just staring intently at the Diora. Glum and Aize, what are you doing?
That's some tremendous psychic control, I have to say. There aren't
Right.
there are many creatures or people that can do that.
No. That or they're just weirdos. Can I go to sleep now?
Yes. Glum, I just wanted to mention, I was kidding about I'm gonna murder you someday.
Oh, that's okay. I hear that every day from everybody.
Oh
Except
no,
for
it's
Stan.
terrible. No, I feel guilty. I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
I say goodnight to Glum in Gnomish.
Oh.
Oh. You say that funny. You sound like a Tunisian.
Yes, I do it with a Termitian accent.
Okay.
And then Arcana for bags of holding.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll an Arcana check.
27.
Yeah, you know how bags of holding work. With the 27, you know. I mean, I'm assuming that Chris, the player, knows all of the details of bags of holding.
Yep.
Yeah.
I just want to know if she has anything else in there. And I put her own inside it.
Sure. How are you going to accomplish that?
Oh, I guess I should just ask her. All right.
So, I would say this. With a 27, if you want to make a mess, you can turn the bag inside out, and it will eject everything within, all of the contents out.
I also know. All right, I know the cubic volume of the bag, so I make sure that the section of deck that I'm choosing to flip it open is not smaller than the cubic volume of the bag.
Okay.
Won't fall off the ship. And then I'll look at the crew members. Larry!
Sorry.
Gora.
Okay. Wait. Okay. Hold
Yes.
on. Okay. You have to write these names down in chat so I can
You
put
don't
them.
have to.
I have to.
I'm just making them up as I go along.
I love
All right,
it.
Gorak is one of the hobgoblins.
Okay.
Gorak, Gorak. Lowry
Uh-huh.
is human trans.
Okay.
Lowry, I call them over,
Okay.
and Bailey. Bailey is a 16-year-old human male of Asian ancestry.
Perfect.
So it's actually Bailey.
Okay. Got it. All right. So yeah, all of them come over.
Made that up.
Love it. They all come over. What do you ask them to do?
I'm gonna empty this bag of holding out on the deck, and I just want to make sure that there's someone around to pick up anything that comes out. This belonged to someone who was quite shady, so there might be some sharp things in there. So watch yourself. All right.
Okay, they all kind of form a semicircle around, and all while this is happening, that crowd is slowly just continuing to dissipate.
That's creepy and disturbing, and I'm not going to look at it. And I empty the bag.
Okay, you empty the bag. As you empty the bag, there is at first, just an immense clattering as coins start to go scattering across the deck. Gorak, Lowry, and Bailey all kind of look at you and exchange glances as coins start skittering past their feet and rolling around the deck.
I conjure up a light spell.
Okay, it illuminates the area, and Gorak kind of looks at you and goes, "May we?" and gestures.
That's what you're here for.
And they quickly start scooping the coins together into a pile. You continue shaking the bag out. You sort of see the end of the bag stretch quite a bit, and something heavy starts to pull at your arms as a small little desk lands out on the deck. And you continue shaking, and a small chair shake some more, and all sorts of items start to spill out onto the deck. You see brushes and makeup and wigs and bottles of containers of wax and paints, all sorts of items that you would associate with high-end theater makeup.
Spycraft.
starts spilling out all over the deck. And other than that, you don't find anything else that comes spilling out. There's a small desk, a chair. The desk has, it kind of folds out and has like a mirror and a whole like makeup station available there. There's all of the supplies you would need for a disguise kit plus more. So if you wanted to put it into mechanical terms, I'd say there's like probably two disguise kits worth of supplies within there. There is a forgery kit. There is, and then there's the 310 gold worth of assorted coins that all come spilling out. But yeah. Oh, and I would say that there is an assortment of weapons. Are all just standard weapons. None of them are magical. There appears to be. There's a great sword that comes spilling out.
Whoa!
There's a long sword and a couple of short swords that comes clattering across, and there's a collection of 8 daggers that all come spilling out onto the deck. All of them look like, at first when you see them come spilling out, your eyes go wide. They all look just beautifully made, but as you spend more time with them and looking over them, they're all pretty much mundane. Some of them honestly aren't even sharp. They are essentially props. And the final thing that comes spilling out is just a big mace and a shield that comes clattering onto the deck.
I wonder if she was an actress. Maybe I'm reading too much into this. I mean, I assume that she's a, tradecrafter, a spy, but whatever. Okay, take the weapons to the armory. Not that one. Throw that overboard. That's crap. And or you can keep it if you want to show people, hey, you want to see a crap weapon.
I'll say one other thing you find is a journal, and flipping through it, you don't really find like daily entries or anything about this person's life. You find essentially like a page-long phrase, something that's the equivalent of the brown fox jumps over the fence, that sort of thing. If you've seen that on like fonts, where it does like it's essentially a phrase that includes all of the letters you would find in common, and it's written over and over and over again in this journal in different sets of handwriting. And you can see there are like sections where it's the same handwriting, but it progressively becomes more and more refined over a period of like 10 pages. And then it switches to a new set of handwriting.
Maybe not an actress, but definitely a spy. This is someone practicing someone else's handwriting, is what I think. Weapons to the armory. Take the money to the strong box. The desk on the chair, you can take those, put those in the hold. The disguise kits and the forgery kit. The disguise kits, give one to Aspen and put the other one in the hold. And the forgery kit, put that in my cabin.
Right away. And they start collecting everything.
I'm just gonna write. It's 310 gold pieces, but I'm just gonna write down 300.
They all kind of look about. Understood. And you see them start passing out some coins and then scurry off as they start unloading everything.
Gotta keep the morale high for the captain.
All right, with all of that taken care of, and Aize, as you finish that up and start to head down below deck, you can see the last handful of crowd just standing and staring. There's about a dozen left. And as you stop and look, all dozen of them turn at once and start to walk away as you descend below deck.
It's not empathic control. It looks like domination or direct control. Like it puppets them.
Who are you saying this to? I guess Archive was. Oh, I agree. I definitely agree. That's
yeah.
what it seemed to be.
Topic control would be emotional. It's more like a cult leader. I don't think it's a cult leader. I think this is far more direct. Almost like they're zombies. I wonder if they have fungus.
Oh, fungus. That's an interesting idea. I do remember, Aize, reading about that. There was the ones, I believe, down in Schultz where that can happen. With the fungus.
Yes, the ants! Or the fungus.
Right,
Yeah.
right, yes.
And as you have your conversation and head down for the evening, excuse me, does anybody else want to do anything this evening, or are you all gonna bed down for the night?
Well, knowing that we're going to be heading underwater tomorrow, I'm going to use my artificer skill, and I'm going to switch from my boots of unkind to a cap of underwater breathing.
Cool. Okay. So you spend some time crafting that in your room?
Yes.
Very cool. Okay. As Glum sits there tinkering away, getting that hat ready, you all head bed down for the evening. The night goes by without issue. There's no more. No, you are not interrupted again, Aspen, by any of the crew as you sleep. As the morning comes and you start to get on with your day and get ready for the day ahead of you, you can all take a long rest. You managed to get through the night without issue. Going out onto the deck, Aspen, after getting ready, you have some of the crew approach you. We'll say Noelle approaches you as she's getting ready to head down to go to bed. And she just gives you a brief status report of the evening as everyone was sleeping. She goes, the evening went by without much issue, but I did notice there was at least 6 individuals just standing in the shadows, staring at the ship. They never moved all evening. By the time the sun rose, they were gone.
Okay, I will keep that in mind. I'm sure it's nothing to worry about right now.
Right.
Go get some rest, okay?
Yes. Thank you, Captain, as she rubs her eyes and heads below deck to go to sleep. Okay. So, what are you all doing?
I do my regular morning ritual. I open up archive and I put water breathing on the entire crew.
Okay, excellent.
I say to Glum, I do this in the morning. It lasts for 24 hours. It's water breathing. If you want to just stand amongst one of the groups, I'll catch you too.
Now you tell me.
What? Well, yes,
Never
no, I'm
mind.
telling you. Why is your hat different?
It's a cap of underwater breathing.
Oh, all right. Then you don't have to. You have a cap of it. Oh, that's nice. All right. I wait. I get the rest of the crew, and I wait for the captain to wake up so I can get her too.
Okay.
I'm here. I'm always here.
Awesome. So everybody gets water breathing ritual cast.
Perfect.
I will pull I use it to the side. Noelle said that she saw 6 shadows watching the ship last night after
Oh, that's probably what's
everything.
good. He's just
Yeah, but
Go ahead.
go ahead.
Oh, I'd assumed Whisperer would have people keep an eye on us. No, I don't trust him at all. I have a feeling that this is not a case of us helping someone good against someone evil. I think this is a case of someone bad to help against someone worse. But he had us at he who shall not be named. And unless he was lying, entirely possible, but
I don't think he was, but
well,
we just have to watch out for that.
this is Keladak all over again.
It is.
And you're right, we should be wary. But on the other hand, he gave us 2 important pieces of information. Oh, and he gave us Aerolith. And he gave us a bag of holding. He could have kept that.
Well, if he's showing this much faith in us, then maybe we are doing something good. But I guess we won't know until we get there. Just if you see anything, you know,
What I
just
would say is
keep
that.
mind of it.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, 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 you're fine.
We're both lagging. I can tell. So,
Yeah.
yeah. So I don't want to. I don't want to. Yeah. Sorry.
You're fine. I was finished.
Okay. He mind controlled 100 people, and I don't think they were willing. That tells us everything we need to know about him.
I think I would rather not want to be on his bad side. So let's get this done quickly. Get Scarin, find Xandis, and just leave this place. I don't like it here at all.
Ah, yes. There's something rotten in this city.
That's for sure.
I mean, weirdness. Like,
Oh, Glum. I'm
Oh,
sorry, I
Glum.
forgot you were here.
Hmm.
You know, I'm so sorry. I'm so used to looking, eye level, and I forget that you are quite small. I apologize.
Glum,
You
what
can
I
stop-
suggest is when you're on deck, you should sit on Scott.
Hmm. Whatever. Are we gonna go die now or what?
Why are you so quick to die?
Because we're doing things that will kill us.
I
you
look
got a
at
point.
Aspen and I
Yeah.
say, you should give the order to get the ship out there.
Yes. Gog, come on. We have to depart.
Oh yeah. All right, everybody. Time to go.
There's the big half-orc Gog starts going around the deck and kind of like goes to like put someone on the back and kind of overestimates his strength and just like knocks them into the railing.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, let's go, everybody. And
Everybody starts to scurry about the ship, casting off, sails going down, and the anchor being raised. Okay. So are you all? You're gonna sail out to the location that was given to you on the map?
Yes.
Well, Aspen is, because I think she's the only sailor here.
Well, Shifty is a sailor. So,
Oh, there's Shifty too. Sorry, I keep forgetting Shifty.
yeah.
Aiza, I'm gonna go work on the books. And
All right. So let's do this. All right. So, fireball. As the ship pulls out of harbor, the morning light here in Thornhold is it is a kind of sickly yellow haze as you pull out of port. There is still that distinctive thick sea fog that is clinging to the coast, just like in Saltmarsh. But there is just this like acrid yellow haze connected to it all. Ooh, that does remind me. Actually, I need Aize and Aspen to make Constitution saving throws for me. Glum, you're fine, cause
This is fine.
you live here. Okay, cool.
Natural 20.
Yeah, you're both fine. In the morning, as you were getting up, and you really start to feel it as you push out of harbor, and you kind of feel the cool wind catching your face and kind of your eyes and your mouth as you breathe in the air. That scratchy sensation in your throat and the kind of burning in your eyes, it's still very present. It is not going away. But you pull out of harbor and slowly watch as the kind of you realize the water almost has like a multicolored sheen to it as the light catches it from whatever is lingering there. And it takes probably a good half hour or more as you start to catch the wind and pull out from port, going further and further out to sea before the coloration of the water goes back to what you are used to, and the kind of miasma of yellow haze starts to dissipate. But you're only traveling about a mile offshore, so it does not take you long. However, Aspen, you are able to tell as you approach with Gog at your side that going in the direction that you're headed on the map, you already start to see every once in a while little white caps forming, little waves out on the water where there's seemingly no landmass. To navigate this dangerous portion of the reef, any of you can contribute to this, but Aspen, what are you going to do to help the crew get through this dangerous portion to get to your location?
Oh man. I guess whoever's on deck at the moment and is helping,
Mm-hmm.
I will try to inspire them. Yes, I will try to inspire them with a small little speech. This is something trivial. We've done worse things on this ship. We can get through this. Let's keep pushing. I don't know. And yeah, I think that's something I would say.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Go ahead and roll. I'm going to call this persuasion roll for me.
Okay. 19.
A 19. As you give everyone this little speech just before entering into this dangerous section of water, you can see everybody kind of focus in and look around themselves, and you see them nodding in agreement. You hear some of the, especially the few hobgoblins and orcs that are aboard the ship. Oh yeah, Gog is a full orc. He's not a half orc. But you hear the orcs and the hobgoblins on the ship kind of turn to each other and be like, "Yeah, we went through way worse with this Ahwag, and we got this." And they start to kind of peel off and go to their stations. Without issue, you see the crew navigating past these little white caps that are forming around you. The ship kind of slows down. You see the crew going off to the sides, keeping an eye out. You hear shouts as they start navigating the boat away from dangerous sections. And Aspen, as you're standing there and kind of glancing over the side, you do indeed see, as you approach, getting closer, these huge dark shapes under the water, and you can see every once in a while very jagged rocks protruding up out of the waves. There's sharp barnacles collecting on the edges and big mats of seaweed sort of gently drifting with the waves. Thankfully, the weather is not bad, and you're able to navigate this relatively easily. I'm going to need one more skill check from one of you, or just a suggestion on how you're going to navigate this portion of the reef to get to the section you're going to.
I was just looking at the Diora statistics, and one of them says here, maneuver ship, helm.
Okay, yeah. You can do that.
And so anyone can do that, right?
Oh, yeah, definitely, yeah.
Will that help us?
Definitely, yeah. Yeah.
Okay, well,
I am curious though, like, what do you imagine, like, how would Aize be contributing to that? Like, anybody can do that, but I'm curious, like, how Aize
look at the biggest, besides Gog, who's the biggest hobgoblin? Actually, one of the hobgoblins should do.
Okay.
What did I, Garrick, I think his name was?
Uh-huh.
All right, so Garrick, come here for a second.
Oh, yeah.
And I get him to grab the helm,
Okay.
and then I'll climb up behind him, and I'll sort of direct him.
Okay, yeah. So you start pointing as he's there on the helm. Okay, go for it. Make that helm roll for me.
I'm going to stand behind him
Uh-huh.
and mimic all of his actions. So I'll try and give him a boost.
Okay. Go ahead. Okay, Aize, you can
I don't know well, that's the thing I wanted to ask you. What do I roll?
Oh, does it not say what to roll? It should.
No, it just says helm maneuver ship. Take the helm during the ship phase. The action.
Yeah, it's a combat thing, and we haven't done much ship combat. Hold on, let me see if I can pull this up. Well, I'll tell you what, because this is a skill challenge. You are helping navigate, pointing out these hazards. Go ahead and make a perception roll for me. We'll just call it that.
Okay. Natural 20.
So, Yeah, with you standing there, pointing out all these hazards to, sorry, what was the name? Was it Barrack? Borak?
It was the hobgoblin. So Barak.
Gorak, yeah. So Gorak and Gog. So as you start pointing out these hazards to Gorak, Gorak adeptly starts to maneuver the ship very carefully through these jagged rocks that are peering up out of the water. All the while behind you, Aize, you hear kind of like the clink of armor and the shuffling of boots, and you look behind you and you can see that Glum is just mimicking you exactly, pointing in the same directions as almost like a little mini-me. With the natural 20, Aize, using the map and I guess Glum's help, you are able to get the ship very carefully past the last remaining hazards. You can see there's a collection of 3 of these rocks that are protruding up out of the water just under the surface, and you deftly navigate in between them. You notice, based on the map and the kind of landmarks that were being shown, this little collection of 3 should be at about the kind of eastern tip of where this wreck should be. So the wreck should be somewhere underneath you now, plus or minus probably 300 feet, right, in kind of a radius. It's hard to get exact with such a small object on a map. Go ahead.
I have 1 remaining portion of water breathing, but we shouldn't need it, but just in case. I'll hold it up. Nah, we don't hold water breathing. Well.
I think we should be fine.
Alright. I'm ready when you are.
Okay.
Glum, are you okay?
Yeah, we're gonna die.
I love that enthusiasm. It's amazing, honestly.
May I make
I
one
will.
suggestion, Captain?
Yes.
Have Garak or one of the other crewmen guard Elliot.
Yeah. That reminds me. Now that you said that, I wanted to go to what is her name? What is her Eloise? Eloise.
Yeah.
Eloise.
And I wanted to talk to her about Aerolith. Oh, that's gonna mess me up.
Sure.
That's gonna.
What did you want to ask Eloise about? What do you want to talk with Eloise about with Aerolith?
I will inform her of kind of like the psychic damage that Aerolith went through.
Okay.
And ask her to keep an eye out for her, and also make her kind of the de facto captain until we get back. So everybody has to listen to her. And I will say that out loud so everyone knows that she will be running the ship while we are gone. And I will warn the rest of the crew not to go near Aerolith. Just leave it to Oceanus and Eloise.
Okay. So this would have been like a discussion you would have had with Eloise just before going underwater?
Yes.
Okay, cool. All right, as you distribute those orders and everybody goes off into their various locations to tend to what they need to do, yes.
Sorry, my suggestion was to take Oceanus with us because he's.
Okay. So yeah, I will. Oceanus will be with us. So then I will have
Okay.
Eloise guard.
Perfect. Okay, yeah, so Oceanus gears up and stands there with you at the side of the deck. You can see the waters gently bobbing below you, and the kind of slate gray waters that extend out before you. There's a big overcast sky above, and below you in the kind of murky waters, you can see the shapes of the rocks sort of extending out before you. Are y'all gonna dive in? Okay. So one by one, we have Aize, Glum, Aspen, and Oceanus diving into the water. Oceanus very elegantly seems to take pleasure in suddenly swimming once more under the waves as the rest of you kind of clumsily descend below the waves. Does the
I'm
captain...
I'm on Stan's back.
You're Stan or Scott? I thought it's Scott, right?
Or Scott. Yeah, sorry.
No
Yes.
worries. So you're on Scott's back. Okay, so Scott. Scott is the big metal dog, right?
Yes.
Okay, so you all watch as you jump into the water as Glum just rapidly disappears from view as Scott sinks down into the depths. Glum, you clinging onto the back of Scott's back there with your little cap of water breathing, you feel that icy cold water shoot down your lungs and the magic take hold as you're able to take in the water. As you kind of blink your eyes adjusting to this darkness, your ears start to hurt and then pop as the pressure starts to build. Below you, make a perception roll.
Okay. Incoming. No.
15.
They come up?
Yeah. So as you descend down into darkness, your companions above, so I guess Aize, you're the one without dark vision. You see Glum disappear within seconds.
Actually, I did pack it this time.
You did? Okay.
Here, hang on. Let me... Oh, I take it back. I'm a dummy. I forgot to pack it. Oh, I know what I packed. I packed, Alter Self. So, which I don't need because I have water breathing. I'm a dummy. Okay, never mind.
Well, so all that in mind, those of you without a swim speed, you are moving at half speed and all that, and just keep that in mind. But as you start to drop below the waves, Glum, to your left and right in the gloom, maybe about... Visibility isn't great. Even though you have dark vision, you probably can only see about 40 feet out, and it's just shapes. You just see the large shapes of these big reefs around you. Directly in front of you, it just goes into kind of a blue-green, silty darkness. As you drop down 30 feet, 40 feet, 60 feet, 70 feet, your ears starting to hurt and pop from the pressure. When you're at about 70 feet is when you start to see the bottom appear, and you just see kind of the gentle rolling sands and little fish darting past the undulating seaweed that's clinging to the rocks at the sides. And you see Oceanus kind of diving down past you to catch up. He kind of smiles at you with his big bulbous fish eyes and his webbed hands and feet as he kind of gently glides down before you. Eventually, Glum's feet make landfall on the sand, and silt kicks up around you. A bunch of fish dart off. The rest of you, Aize and Aspen, you have to physically swim down to the bottom to catch up with Glum. I would say he was traveling at normal speed with the weight of Scott pulling him down. The two of you have to... eventually, after some time, the two of you are able to adjust to the pressure a little more easily, but you start to see the shapes of your companions below. You are about 100 feet down, and at this depth, this is deeper than you've ever been before, the pressure is starting to... You're starting to feel the pressure of the water. The magic, thankfully, helps a bit, but nevertheless, it is hard work being down this deep. For all, essentially, what that means mechanically is that for every hour spent underwater, it counts as 2 hours. So your day is going to be kind of cut short before you start to feel the effects of exhaustion if you stay underwater for a long time. So a normal, 12-hour day, you could spend 6 hours down here before you really would need to take a rest. You, at this moment, as I said, the visibility isn't great. You just see kind of rolling sands and big rocky cliffs of the reefs rising up before you. And up above, far up above, you can see the dark shape of the Diora and a bit of whatever little bit of light that filters all the way down from above. What are you all doing?
Glum, lead the way. Slowly. Please, Aspen and I can't move very fast.
Do I
No,
know
we
where I'm
cannot.
going?
Glum, you can make a survival roll, and I would say the DC is lower for you because you've heard of this. I'll give you that. Would you have heard of this wreck? You got a 21 history.
Yeah, but
I
Okay.
I mean, here's the thing. With your knowledge and with the map, you got within the area of where this wreck supposedly went down. I don't think you necessarily know exactly where it is, right? Because, I mean, the wreck, it disappeared. This is, like, where folks
Right.
suspect it went down.
Okay.
So you could either do survival or you could do perception, or if you could think of
So-
some other skill, I might give it to you.
I rolled a crap survival already, so that's my roll.
Okay, a 7. Okay.
I say it's over there, or it's over there. Maybe it's over there. Maybe we should just go home.
And
You know, Glum, okay. Can I make a perception check to see if we are even close to sunken ships
sure,
at this point?
you can make a perception roll. Glum, do you literally stand there and just kind of point and then give up, or do you start to lead them in
Yeah.
a direction?
No, I give up, and I let someone else take the initiative.
Okay. Aspen,
21.
21. Okay. So Aspen, you start to scan as best you can in the in the gloom of this underwater environment. It's hard to make out details at a distance. It is dark. It is silty, and all you can really see far off in the distance are just every once in a while vague, dark shapes of the reefs that surround this area. You can hear that sound of the waves above every once in a while as they lap against the reefs above. This kind of bassy. But as you focus in, looking for patterns, you catch something angular and not smooth, not undulating, not organic in its nature. You see a harsh line of darkness rising up on the horizon amongst the clusters of reefs. It looks like a mast rising up in the gloom.
So I turn to Aize. Can you telepathically link with Oceanus, and we will send him ahead? He's our best swimmer. And I will cast guidance and tell him to be stealthy about it, and tell him what we are looking for. A ship with Curiosity on the back, right? I think.
Okay. You're muted, Aize.
Sorry, give me a second. Let me check the range on this. Or better, I mean, let's move 300 feet away from it. And yeah, 300 feet. I think is the range. Yeah.
Okay. So you create a telepathic link with Oceanus. He kind of looks at you, the big fish eyes sort of blink. I will never really get used to this. All right, so you would like me to swim ahead and take a look? All right. Wish me luck. And you're gonna cast
Guidance on him.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. He darts ahead into the gloom towards the direction of that shape that you saw, Aspen.
Sorry, correction. It's 30 feet, not 300.
30 feet. Okay. Okay. Are you still gonna have him swim off, or did you want to change something?
Let me check message spell. I have that too.
Okay.
That's 120 feet.
Let's use message instead. It's not two-way, but he can respond. And it's a cantrip, so once every round, I'll fire a message at him.
Okay. So you're gonna get within 120 feet of that shape, and then send him off.
Yeah.
Got it. So you all trek across the ocean floor. Glum, you Scott is almost spacewalking here underwater as the sand kicks up under his feet. The rest of your crew gently swimming behind you. As you're approaching the shape of this mast, and it gets closer and bigger, and you can see some large reefs looming up on either side of it. Glum, you spot it first, kind of like being at the front with Scott walking along the sandy bottom. There is a dark shadow that appears to your left on the ocean floor, and as you look, you can start to see this large fissure, like a crack, just extending out, as there seems to be some sort of chasm that's revealing itself as you move forward. As you move along the edge of this chasm, it just drops off into darkness below. You gauged as best you can. You're probably about 120 feet away from this shape. You can now see the kind of the vague outline of where the mast connects with something larger and flat, like the deck of a ship. But it's all kind of amorphous, one dark shape in the distance. Oceanus gives a nod and then darts off into the gloom. Okay, so he's gonna roll stealth and add guidance to that. So here we go. Wait, that can't be right. Oh, I was looking at the wrong stat block. I was like, hold on a second. Okay. Oh yeah, that's right. Oceanus, sorry y'all. Oceanus doesn't actually have stealth, but that's okay. He is underwater, so he's at least comfortable in this environment. Here we go. That's a natural one. Okay. Oceanus disappears into the gloom.
You message him every round.
Every round. Okay, so every 6 seconds. He reports back, and over a period of, probably a minute or so, you start to hear him reporting back. All right, yes, it's definitely a shipwreck up ahead. I'm approaching now. I appear to be approaching the bow of the ship. All right, I'm not seeing anything that says Curiosity. Just a moment, I need to swim to the back. Okay. And you all actually hear that through the water as the sound carries very well underwater. You hear this muffled sort of whoop as it comes from the direction of where Oceanus was. There's a beat, and then you hear back as you cast the message cantrip, Aize. It was a bloody eel. It came swimming out of the darkness. I may have compromised my position. I'm almost to the back of the ship, though. Just give me a moment. Message goes quiet. Do you cast again, Aize, keeping that connection? All right. Yes. Okay. Yes, we have it. This does indeed say. It does say Curiosity on the back. Excellent. Okay.
All right.
Shall I wait here, or should I be heading back?
Come back here.
All right. Yes, of course. Of course.
Confirm it. And you didn't see any incredibly hideous and powerful monsters, did you?
Let me see. Okay, hold on a minute. There's a long pause, and as you kind of keep casting back to stay in contact with him, he suddenly comes back through. No, I need to come back now. I didn't see anything, but and kind of like drops suddenly.
Oceanus? I think he's in trouble.
His voice comes back through.
What's going on? Did he find the ship?
Yes, and it is the Curiosity.
His voice comes back through. Okay, I'm coming back. I definitely felt something. I haven't seen anything, but I felt something. Just be ready.
Coming back.
And he continues as the voice drops. Okay, yeah. After a beat of time, probably about 30 seconds or so, you start to see the little shape of Oceanus rocketing towards you as he comes swimming up, kind of kicking up some silt, looking a bit out of breath as he kind of floats there before you all, Triton gripped tight in hand. Okay, I felt something, something was... It was like when you speak to me, Aize, but it was much worse. I felt myself slipping away. Something seemed to be trying to pull me away. My very consciousness. I think something might be there.
How deep are we in terms of how far under the surface are we?
You are about 100 feet under the surface. And probably traveled another 100 feet. I'm going to say you probably traveled like 200 feet away from the Diora.
You want me to get rid of the water, Captain?
Yes, that would be lovely. And yes.
Part water on the ship, 100-foot cube.
Okay.
So I'm just sort of opening it up 100 feet aside using control water.
Okay, so just real quick, so you have kind of spatial awareness. You're about 120 feet away. You can just make out what looks to be the bow of the ship. You can see that as it continues back towards the stern, it suddenly cuts off, like the ship has been cut in half. And it seems to be resting on the edge of the crevasse that drops down into darkness. Oceanus quickly kind of explains to you the layout. The ship seems to have split in half, and the bow is resting closer to you on the edge of this precipice, and the stern is hanging out even a bit more, like a good 50 feet back or so from where the bow is. So it's split in two, and there's like a 60 to 50 foot gap between the two pieces, and they're both kind of dangling on the edge of this precipice.
That could be a problem then. Maybe, all right, I won't. When we engage, I'll part water. How's that?
I think that's best. Let's go. Let's see what this is.
Yeah, I mean, this is their native element, and I don't like the idea of swimming around fighting them.
Okay. So where do you all want to swim to?
Before we go, is it okay if I do this real quick?
Okay.
I'm gonna use my Pact of the Blade feature to create another Triton, like how Oceanus is. My battle axe, I'm gonna take it out and kind of transform it into a Triton.
Cool.
So
okay.
I can, fight underwater.
That's awesome. So
Yeah.
with a flash of purple light, it transforms into a Triton.
Okay, Oceanus, if you want to lead the way, we will.
That was a really cool trick. Yes, of course.
Thank you.
And he starts to swim ahead, leading the way. So real quick, Glum, I love the idea that Scott is so heavy that he's just kind of walking along the bottom. That being said, I'm not going to totally penalize you on that. If you want, I'd say that Glum could sort of push up and do like a doggy paddle to swim, up and down. I'm assuming he doesn't have a swim speed, so I mean, or does he?
It didn't list one. He has a 40-foot regular speed.
Okay, so he can travel 20 feet underwater.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Cool.
So I'll let him dog paddle, and I'll ride him.
Okay, and indeed, you do need to. He does need to push off and start dog paddling through the water as you slowly, gently drift up towards the bow of the ship. Oceanus leads you all to the front of the boat, and I'm going to send you all over to a map. And then, since we're at 7:30 here, we're going to go on a break as you approach the bow of the ship. You can see up ahead, as the visibility becomes more and more clear, this massive galleon that has split in half. It is indeed kind of listing to one side, dangling over this crevasse that just drops into darkness. It is a relatively narrow crevasse on either side. You can see it just kind of goes into a large crack down into darkness. There is a lot of algae clinging to the side of the vessel, and you can see gently swimming through the water multiple schools of fish and a couple of larger, darker shapes kind of above at the top of the mast, just gently circling around. They look to be medium-sized sharks, maybe only about 6 to 7 feet long. So still very large, but they're not like big monstrous sharks. And as Oceanus carefully leads you to the edge of the boat and kind of pulls, sort of like gently pulls himself up to the deck of the bow, he gently like waves his hands and leads you over to the edge of the bow here, so you can look over onto the other side. And across the way in the gloom, you can see about 60 feet away the shape of the stern, very precariously dangling over the side of this abyssal crack. And I think we will take a break right there as you all position yourselves and get ready to do whatever it is you want to do. Okay, thank you everybody. We'll be right back. We'll take a 5 to 10 minute break, and we'll see you very shortly and see what happens next. Bye. Hey everyone, welcome back. Let's jump right back into this as the party prepares themselves, searching out whatever these creatures may be that the Whisperer asked them to take care of. They stand on the edge of a broken galleon that is sunken beneath the waves about 100 feet. And the galleon is precariously listing on the side of a cliff underwater. There's a large kind of abyssal crack that forms to the south of the ship. As Oceanus leads you up to the top of the deck here and points out across the way to the back of the ship, Oceanus points at the far end of the boat. That's where I felt the presence. Somewhere back there. You can see the large windows on the side of the ship. Those of you with dark vision could just barely make out that the back of the galleon seems to have these massive windows that are covered in a layer of slime and algae. What do you all want to do?
Is it too late to go home?
Yes, Glum, it is very much too late. We are down here. What do you want? Let's just get this over with so we can go back home, okay?
By back of the ship, do you mean this section?
No, even further back. Or can you not see that far back?
Oh, you mean this section?
Yeah, that is the back. The back.
All right. You want to explore the part we're on first, or just go straight towards the rear?
Let's make sure nothing is on this part of the ship first, so we're not being ambushed.
All right. I guess we could just float down to the broken section and enter it from that side. I mean, it seems kind of weird to use stairs.
And indeed, Aize, as you look over the edge, the entire ship, right, it's like looking into a cross section of the boat. You can see into each floor.
All right, I'll float Archive down there.
Okay. Okay, so you float Archive down below. As Archive gently drifts down, you can see there's a total of 4 decks. There's one deck. There's the deck that you're on, and as Archive drifts down, there's another one just below that where he can see there's a wall with a set of doors that seem to have swollen shut. And then drifting even further down to the next level, there appears to be more doors leading into some other part of the ship. There's old crates and barrels that are just covered in algae, and floating all the way to the bottom where the boat kind of rests there on the sand and rocks. There is a large hold that is entirely open. There's multiple fish that sort of like dart around with Archive's presence disturbing them. And there doesn't seem to be much in the way of treasure or supplies in this boat. It is all just kind of bits of driftwood and broken barrels and crates.
Archive does not see any movement.
Make a perception roll for Archive.
Natural 20. What? That's the third one I've gotten so far. Holy cow.
Wow. Okay. Archive doesn't see any large creatures within any of these holds. There are the 2 floors below you have doorways that lead into some other chambers that are kind of like swollen shut. But these are normal sized doorways. They wouldn't, they would fit a person. And as Archive kind of drifts back upwards to rejoin you, there's a moment you're looking through Archive's eyes, right?
Is it okay if I cast something while this is happening?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, so I'd rather not die and to the surface float. So Stan, I'll give you ability to walk all over the boat. And I cast Spider Climb on him.
On Scott?
Yes, so he can walk on all surfaces at regular movement speed, obviously vertical and everything.
Very cool. Okay. What is it? What happens? Like, does something happen with his
so
feet?
My yeah, there's a bit of a magical flare, a flourish that happens, and then all of his feet, they all kind of glow a little bit, and they almost seem like they kind of magnetize towards the on the boat.
Cool. So zoop, sticking to the bottom of the boat, giving him a solid grip. And as Archive drifts upwards, Aize, you're looking through Archive's eyes, or or just having Archive communicate to you?
I'll look through Archive's eyes.
Okay. As Archive drifts up, and there's a moment when Archive has to kind of like, sort of like rotate around to go upwards. Archive sees something big shift and move towards the other half of the boat.
Can you ping where?
Yes. So Archive sees a large shape shift and move over here. It seems to kind of, I mean, yeah, very, very organic shape, kind of like arcs, just a large shadow sort of arcs and disappears behind some rocks.
I share this with the group. It's over there, and I point.
And as you point in that direction, since you got a natural 20, you notice another shape to the north, shifting
over here.
over behind this rock. And
All right.
this is only through Archive's eyes. Technically, I said the visibility was about 40 feet with all the silt and gloom, but these are like big enough shapes that, you know, beyond that 40 feet distance, you can see the kind of outlines of the rocks and the boat and all that with the ambient light. This is a big enough shape that you see it, like as if the landscape itself kind of shifts and moves and then disappears. It's not, I want to be clear, it's not like as big as a hill or a mountain. This is like probably the size, it's probably a good 15 feet in length. So, yeah, it's big. And there's two of them. You watch them shift behind these rocks.
One in the north, one in the south. They're not in the hull of the smashed ship. I think they're waiting for us to move in and then ambush us. They're too far apart for me to catch them both. But, you know, if they move towards us, then I can catch them both in part water. What do you want to do?
Are they both beneath us, or one? Is it? I was a bit hazy as to where they are. It seems like one's underneath.
Yeah, so you're on the
Behind a rock. Oh, sorry.
I was gonna say you're on the deck of this ship, so you're probably, what is that, like at least 20 feet above the sand, and the two shapes that Aize saw are on either side of this big trench, down at sand level. So they're like, you know, a good 100 feet away and 20 feet down on the sand, but behind big rocks.
Okay. I'll go ahead and try and walk. I'm going to ping right here, wherever I can kind of maneuver on the inside of the ship, and start to walk down. I'll be hanging on to Scott.
Okay, you're gonna go down onto the sand, or you want to be on the side of the ship? Okay, cool.
On the side of the ship, yeah.
Okay. Are you able?
And I want to see.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, go ahead.
Are you able to move your tokens, or do you need me to do it?
Yes, I can move them.
Okay, cool.
So I want to try and see if I can get a vantage point where I could possibly see any of them to harass them and pull them out of their stealthy area.
Sure. Make you're searching the area then, trying to spot them.
Yeah.
Okay. Make a perception roll.
Okay, so I'll have Scott roll as well.
Okay.
Oh, there you go. Scott got a 26.
26. Okay. Good to know. Scott, eagle-eyed, looking out in the direction of where Aize pointed. If anything moves, Scott will likely see it. But in this kind of tense moment, as you sit and wait, is anybody else doing anything?
I just looked at Aize. Do you want them to be on the back of the ship
I'm sorry, what?
so you can part? do you want them to be on the back of the ship so you can park the water?
They're more than 100 feet apart. I want them to be closer together so I can part water. Like one is on the south over here, one is hiding behind a rock over there. If they were on us or closer together, then I could part water and catch both of them. I'm just worried that if I part water on one of them, then the other one might escape.
Okay. And then I will turn to Oceanus. Do you remember, did they say anything to you when you were back there? Like, did you hear any whispers? Did they try to communicate with you?
I didn't hear anything in my head. I just felt a presence, and I felt myself being torn from me. I didn't hear any language, though.
Okay. I don't have anything. I don't think I have anything that will help us in this moment, Aize.
Maybe Glum shoots one of them.
I mean, I can try thaumaturgy and use the rumble of thunder to kind of draw them in, but I don't know if that will work or not. So
I'm thinking have Glum shoot one of them. If you can
Okay.
spot it. I point again and say, it's right there.
Looking in the direction Aize is pointing, and Aize at this point too, you just see the shapes of the rocks. There's no movement or anything at the moment. It's
All right,
just.
why don't we just move
rocks.
towards it and flush the bastard out? He's hiding behind a rock. They think they're going to ambush us.
Glum, as you're sitting on Scott's head, sort of, Scott is hooked to the side of the galleon, yes? And you're kind of like leaning there, holding on to Scott's head poking almost straight up to scan the horizon in the direction that Aize pointed. And you suddenly feel like a little motorcycle engine as Glum's mechanical form starts to kind of growl. This little like...
Oh, here we go.
And as you focus in, Glum, you can see what looked to be a rock slightly move about 100 feet away.
Immediately, pew pew pew. I fire in that
Okay,
direction.
what's the range on your crossbow?
120.
Is that its normal range?
That's this max range. So it's 30, 120.
Okay, so you fire, you are underwater. The bolt
Yes.
travels 30 feet out and loses its momentum and
Yep.
lands in the sand.
Yep. Well, so
did we?
does it even go down?
Unless there's something you have that, because so when you're underwater, ranged attacks only go out to their first increment. Anything beyond that, they lose momentum and can
So
go no further.
I thought that it just said they automatically miss. Does that mean they drop, or can they kind of float? Because I'm trying to basically harass them.
You're trying to what? Harass them? Yeah.
Just harass them. Just
No.
just say, hey, I'm over here.
The idea is that it loses momentum and no longer travels. So, like,
Okay.
at 35 feet, it has no speed to actually damage anything. And then
Okay.
so it kind of, if you imagine, it goes, and then slowly drops down. Like if you've seen a bullet fired underwater and how it just kind of shoots out and then...
I can flush them out.
So we see that. So, can I, in the same direction as Glum, cast Eldritch Blast, which is 120 feet?
Yes, you can. Go ahead and roll an
And I
attack.
get two.
Roll an attack
blast.
roll an attack at disadvantage because of the visibility being 40 feet. So you can just make
Okay.
out shapes, but nothing too clear as you fire that out in that direction.
18, and the second one is 9.
Okay. And
Which is the natural one.
Whatever you're firing at is behind a rock as the two blasts fly out into the water, bubbles spraying out from the blasts, and you just see in the distance like little depth charges as they slam into the side of the rock. You don't sense any thing scream or sense any creature wailing in pain or anything. Aize, are you going to do something with your reaction? Oh, you're muted.
I'm gonna drop a cold-based fireball on the other side of the rock.
Okay.
We should keep up in the ante.
So you're going to do fireball with ice damage on the other side of the rock. Okay.
Because I suspect that fire damage is not gonna do well down here.
What's the range again?
And the fireball is 1 sec. Sorry, I look it up. 150 feet.
Oh yeah, so easy. You can easily get it there. Where here? I'll give you control of this token, and you can drop it wherever you want. So where do you go ahead and drop that wherever you want? Okay, cool. So beam of blue light shoots out from Archive into the distance, and then you all suddenly see a flash of blue and a muffled as ice crystals just form in the space out there. Okay, it's gonna make a Dex saving throw. Here we go. Okay. Go ahead and roll damage.
$34 points.
34 points. Okay. So, you all, as that ice ball goes off. Oops, that wasn't. Why did I roll 36? It was 34. I gave you 2 extra. You all simultaneously in your heads hear a sudden this like strange burbling screech as it like rockets into your head, and you see flashes of imagery run through your head of like strange almost undulating structures crumbling in blasts of fire. You see flashes of light and the outlines of strange beings made of almost tentacles and fins and flesh as they're being evaporated in a flash of pain and light. And in these moments, you see looming over all of this chaos some sort of massive figure, a humanoid form, a shadow in the deep, deep, deep water as these flashes of light and cold and heat are bursting around these strange fish-like beings. And in that screaming wail as that courses through your head, Glum, I need you... Oh no, you're not... Shit. Okay, yeah, you suddenly see as that rock, whatever was behind it, this massive 15-foot shape, rise up and start to move in the direction of all of you. Let's go ahead and roll initiative as we kick this off. Okay. Boom. Okay.
I have advantage on a initiative because of my blade. So 15.
15. Okay, cool. And Oceanus is gonna roll. Oceanus also gets advantage because he just got battle readiness. So here we go. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Okay, he got an 11. All right. I think we got everybody here. So, kicking us off, we have Glum. So Glum, you can see this shape starting to loom up behind that boulder about 100 feet away. I'm not quite going to reveal it on the map yet, but you do know exactly where it is. It is here, if you see me pinging it.
Well, let me reduce the map size. Please ping again.
Right here.
Still don't see. Must be farther away.
You know what? I should just reveal the token. Let's just make this easy. There you go. Do you see it now?
I don't. Oh, it's way over there. Okay.
Oh yes, it's far away.
Okay. In that case, for my turn, I'm going to go ahead and duck back so he can't see me.
Okay. So you're gonna
wait.
go inside the ship, the ruined hull.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and then, so I'm moving forward. That's movement, and then I'm going to hold my action. If I do see any of them, I will go ahead and use my fairy fire spell.
Okay.
So my question to you though is, if I get it ready, do I lose it if I don't use it?
Correct.
Okay, then I will just get an attack ready with my bow.
Okay, cool. So you have Scott peel back into the interior of the boat, out of sight, and get your crossbow ready. All right, that was your turn. Let's see. Okay, cool. It is now their turn. So these two creatures suddenly come out of the gloom, come swimming towards you with immense speed. And you can sort of hear that burbling cry in your heads as they come barreling towards you. So here we go. Okay, and then this is going to be a dash to get to here. Boom. And this one is going to also do 80 feet of movement to get... it's gonna go. Sorry, I'm trying to be as tactical as I can to give my, because y'all are nasty. You guys you're mean. I gotta play smart.
You don't have to.
I know. Let me see if that is... Okay, well, gonna have to risk it for the biscuit. Okay, so they come swimming out of the gloom straight towards you both. You see these creatures as they become into full clarity, as they come swimming towards you. You see this strange bulbous head that has a circular, almost rounded mouth that is just filled with teeth upon teeth upon teeth as it kind of opens up. There are 3 large eyes that extend up the center of this being. Trailing behind it are these massive tentacles and a large writhing fish-like tail that kind of extends out the back. The tentacles sort of gliding on either side of this tail. Aize, you recognize this creature. You've only ever seen these in books, and you recognize it right away, and there are 2 of them.
Aboleths.
These creatures are not to be trifled with. They are very, very dangerous, and there are 2 of them swimming straight at you and your party. All right, that was their turn as they moved and dashed. Oceanus is up. Oh yeah,
It looks
Glum.
like I can shoot one of them, right?
Yes, you can.
Okay. I cannot hold a bonus action, so I only get 2 shots.
Correct.
I'm going to go ahead. I'm also going for the biscuit, so I'm going to use sharpshooter.
Okay.
Everyone's got to risk their biscuits here. Hand crossbow. Here we go. 16.
That misses as one of the tentacles just slams the bolt out of the way.
And fire again. That'll bounce as well.
That's right.
Okay, that's it.
Okay. That next up is at the end of your turn, Glum. Or no, that wasn't your turn. That was a reaction. Okay, Oceanus is up. Oceanus is me. Oceanus will swim forward and attack twice with his trident. He's gonna go for the one that Glum was going for. So he comes swimming forward, dashing through the water, and goes for 2 attacks, and only hits with 1, dealing 11 points of damage to the Aboleth. but being so close to it, as he's slamming into it, you watch as the Triton pierces into its skin. There's this sudden kind of burst of like almost like milky-like material. Uh-oh, we lost somebody. Oh no, we lost Eric.
I think Eric got dropped.
Okay, well, I'm sure he'll be back shortly. This sort of like milky cloud sort of bursts out from the aboleth and envelops Oceanus in a thick, viscous slime. You can hear under the water as Oceanus starts to cough. He is going to make a saving throw. Constitution. And he succeeds, so he does not suffer the effects of this as he starts coughing from this strange cloud of mucus. At the end of Oceanus's turn, both aboleths, let's see if I don't know if they can both do it. Well, one of them is definitely going to use a legendary action and is going to take that big, fat, meaty tail and swing it straight at Glum, who is 10 feet away, and is going to try to slam Glum into the side of the ship.
Okay.
For
Disadvantage.
Disadvantage, okay? Oh, wow, you're lucky. Okay, a 13 to hit as it
All right.
whiffs right past you. The other one can't do anything, so that is their legendary action. Aize, it is your turn.
Can I do a nature roll? Like I remember I recall aboleths, but I don't know. I know they're telepathic underwater monsters that like to enslave.
Yeah.
But that's all I remember.
Yeah. Go ahead and make a Arcana roll for me.
Oh, it's not nature. It's Arcana. Okay.
It could be. I could see nature actually due to the nature of these beings. I would allow either. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm +8 on either one of them. So.
Okay.
13.
13. Okay. You know that aboleths are they're very proud. They think lesser of everything else around them, and they hate the gods. Absolutely despise the gods, and the thought of an aboleth worshiping a god or a deity would be like completely counter to their culture and their being. You also, I would say, you know that being close to an aboleth can be very dangerous, and getting touched by an aboleth can be very dangerous, partially, especially when you're in the water. They have the ability to essentially slowly transform people into beings that rely on water and essentially need the aboleths in order to survive, just by being struck by them physically.
Okay, I remember. That's the slime. Took me a sec to remember. Okay. All right. Let's make a. I think. I'm not sure if that's 100 by 100. Oh shoot. Never mind, Nathan. I haven't drawn it yet. Here you go. Is that about 100 by 100?
Yeah. Sure.
Okay. First, I'm going to part water.
Okay. Wow. Okay, and 100 feet. Okay. So the aboleths and Oceanus are going to drop as the water suddenly parts in front of all of you. Oceanus is going to attempt to grab onto the side of the galleon before plummeting. So Oceanus will make a dexterity saving throw.
Sorry, Oceanus.
He gets a 17. What's your spell save DC?
16. He made
16. So he makes it. So catches the side and is dangling off the side of the galleon as the water suddenly parts, extending 100 feet down into this trench that the boat is dangling over. The aboleth closest to the ship is going to try to extend out its tentacles and grab on to the ship as it starts to plummet as well. So the aboleth is going to make a dex save. Nope, that is a 1. So the aboleth only drops about I said the boat was about 20 feet high, so it'll drop about 20 feet, slamming into the sand below. It'll take. Go ahead, Aize, roll 2d6 for me.
7.
So 7 points of damage to that aboleth. Oh, you
Plus
know what? Actually,
I-
no. Hold on. It's gonna use a legendary resist. I don't. I know this isn't. Let me know, Aize, how you feel about this. Can it use a legendary resistance to succeed on the deck save to catch itself on the side of the galleon? Like,
Sure.
I feel like that's within the bounds of the rules. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
I mean, okay.
Yeah, it will. It will use a legendary resistance to catch itself and hold onto the side of the ship, so it's dangling there just before Oceanus. The other one plummets about, I guess we'll call it 50 feet, because you kind of cast. I'm assuming, or like if you cast it sort of in the middle of everything. Okay, plummets 50 feet down the trench, and you just watch it disappear. And then hear a large splash as it lands, because that trench is very deep. It lands in whatever the water is down there. But
Traveling that distance, does it take damage?
yeah, I'll have it make a dex save, and this will basically. Okay, yeah. So go ahead and roll damage. 5d6 as it plummets down.
15 points.
Okay, so 15 points of bludgeoning damage as it slams into the water below. So this aboleth is 50 feet down. Okay. Aize, amazing. That was your turn? Or no, yeah, what else would you like to do?
Now that we're on land, I have my regular movement rate.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just going to back away from it. I think 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Yeah, let's go over here.
Okay.
I'm going to have Archive move here. And I'll look through Archive so I can see both aboleths.
Okay. Yeah.
And that'll be my action.
Okay. That was your turn? Okay. All right. So all of you are now standing. You've been here before, except for Glum. Glum, this is a very strange experience. You're suddenly standing in dry air, and around you is just this shimmering cube of all the water that's been parted around you. And you can see this massive creature is dangling off the side of the galleon there, trying to pull itself up. You see the rounded mouth of it just like, sort of squelching there. Aspen, you're up.
Where's Glum exactly? Is he is he inside the ship?
Yeah, he's like inside the galleon there on the first level down.
Okay, so for my bonus action, I'm going to cast Hexblade's Curse on the one that's hanging off the ship.
Perfect. Okay.
And I have to roll a 19 or a 20 on a d20 to get critical.
Okay.
And for my action, I'm going to use a second level spell slot to cast Bless on all of us.
Alrighty.
Except for Scott.
Except for Scott. Okay, cool.
And yeah, I think I will also move back to, not as far as I use it, but maybe like right there.
Okay.
I don't want to be on the edge. And yeah, that's my turn.
All right. At the end of your turn, the one that's dangling there is going to use another tail swipe, swinging it straight at Glum.
Sorry, did I miss a turn?
No, it's using a legendary action though.
Oh, okay, cool.
I also just realized something, Glum. Never mind. We're good. Okay. Here we go. 14 to hit.
Nope, 20.
Okay, so slamming into the side of the deck, splintering some wood, and it is now Glum's turn.
And I'm riding Scott, and I'm like, Scott, look out! Or like, trying to like avoid him.
Okay.
Okay. And then, so is that one still kind of hanging off the edge?
Indeed, yeah.
Okay, I say, here, let me help you.
Okay, go for it.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and, since I have Bless, thanks to my buddy up there, I'm going to go ahead and use Sharpshooter again. 3 times. So, oh yeah, 23, that'll hit.
Indeed.
And damage will be 18. Next one, 17 plus a d4.
17 does not hit.
18, because I'm blessed. So 18 hit.
18 hits, yeah.
Yay. Take some damage.
Okay, so sorry, how much damage?
16.
16 damage?
Yep. And then pew pew, third shot. Oh, critical. So you double the d6, which will be here. It'll be calculated. Well, it's plus 1. 19 more.
Okay, so
So
sorry, what's
that-
the total damage?
That is 30 plus 14 plus 9 is 23. 53.
Wow. Big hit. So 3 quick strikes. This thing is looking really hurt as those bolts slam into the side of it. Is that it for you, Scott?
Sorry, that didn't help. That's it.
That's it for you, Glum? Okay. At the end of your turn, it's going to use its last...
Oh, actually, dude, so, let me be smart. I will move back so I'm 30 feet away from the creature.
Okay, it'll use an attack of opportunity, and it'll swing
That's-
out one of its tentacles with a 10-foot
Oh,
reach.
so it has automatic reach.
It has 10-foot reach. So as you
Okay,
back
so
away, it's going
I wasn't
to...
going. Okay, it's fine.
Do
Go
you
ahead.
want to, I mean...
I thought it was like an ability, but if it's his reach, I'll just stay there. If I'm already in an attack of opportunity, I'll stay there.
Okay,
Thank
so
you.
the
I
tail...
didn't know. I apologize. I didn't understand the ability.
Understood.
Okay.
So last legendary action is going to use its tail swipe to try to slam into you again, Glum.
Okay.
This is natural 1. Unfortunately, it just slams through the wall, not striking you. Okay, Glum. That was your turn. Okay.
Okay.
It is now Aboleth's turn. It's going to use... It's going to use its full movement. It is not swimming, so it has very little movement. To pull itself up, and it kind of slops onto the deck of the ship there next to you, Glum. You can hear the wood creaking. Oceanus is leaning off to the side as tentacles sort of swing past him. And suddenly this creature is there before you. Its 3 eyes glaring into your eyes, Glum. It looks furious.
You mad, bro?
And as you look up at it, you hear a burbling voice crawling up through your mind as it says,
I will make you mine. I am beyond mad. I remember every slight against us.
Glum, make a wisdom saving throw for me.
All right. So I have some bonuses here, but I'm gonna. First question is this a magical attack or not?
No.
Okay. So wisdom saving throw. Here we go. Not a great base. So +1. So okay. I probably won't make it, but I get a plus d4. Okay. I'm not even going to use. I have a special artificer ability that I'm not even going to use
Really?
because I definitely missed it because I got a 9.
Okay. Glum, that voice envelops your entire consciousness, and you start to lose sight of who you are, and all you see is your new master before you as this Aboleth looms over you.
Abe.
You
Hi, Abe.
are now my tool.
All right, so
Okay.
you are under the Aboleth's control. When it comes to your turn, it's gonna have you do things. Okay.
All right.
The
That
other
sounds gross.
the other Aboleth is going to swim 40 feet this way, and then dash to get 65 to here. Okay, it's 50 feet down. It uses 65 movement, so it has 15 feet left. Okay. None of you can see what's happening, but it's doing something. As it's... Okay. Oceanus is up. Oceanus is going to use half his movement, pulling himself up, standing there next to the Aboleth, precariously, like teetering on the edge of the ship there. He is going to attempt to kind of shift himself over into a better position, and is going to swing around with his trident and make 2 attacks. He has no idea what's going on with Glum right now. So here we go. Okay, he hits with a 20 and does 7 points of damage to the Aboleth. Okay. And Oceanus needs to make another save, I believe. Yep, makes another save. Here we go. Con save. Ooh, he fails as that slime covers his body. He starts to cough and hack. You can hear him, Aspen, and Aize below, coughing furiously from this. That is Oceanus' turn. At the end of Oceanus' turn, the Aboleth is going to use a legendary action to tail swipe Oceanus. Here we go. Playing D&D by myself. 19 to hit Oceanus. That hits, dealing 13 points of bludgeoning damage to Oceanus as he gets slammed by the tail. Okay. Next up is Aize.
I placed Archive here so I could keep an eye on both of them.
Oh yeah, so you do see the one swim. It's just a dark shape as it swims in that direction.
Alright. So here, 5, 15, 30. I'll move Archive over here.
Okay.
And I figure, okay, that sneaky little bastard's over here. Yeah, isn't that adorable? Alright. For my action, I'll... Oh, shoot. How can I grab you? Here, come on. If I can grab you.
You trying to grab the square?
I'm trying to grab the cube.
Here.
The square.
I can move it for you. Where do you want it?
I'll move it. Yeah, move it so that this where it is over here is like 10 feet behind this Aboleth.
10 feet behind. Okay, so about.
Yeah, that's good.
About there.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Cool.
This guy that was in the water.
Yep.
Well, he's not in water anymore.
Yep. He suddenly drops. He only swam about 15 feet up, so he's gonna drop 15 feet. Make another dex save. Oh my god, this is so silly. And fails, so go ahead and roll just 1d6 for 15 feet. So splashes back into the water, takes 3 points of damage, and is back down at 50 feet down.
I just want to check something to see if using the control water is a free action, or if I had to use a full action to do that.
Yeah.
It's an action. Okay. What I did basically was I parted water again, only in another location.
Understood. So yeah, but no, I think the visual is nice of it just shifting over.
Sort of. Whoop! You move over there. All right. I think I got this one over here busy. If you could finish that thing off, that'd be great. Just
I'll
saying.
try my best.
I believe in you, Mon Capitan.
All right.
I just nod at him.
Do I notice that Glum is mind controlled? Probably not.
Sorry, what? No, there's no way. Yeah, I don't think any of you realize. Yeah.
Oh, this is gonna suck.
All right. Aize, is
All right.
that your turn?
I'm just checking to see if I have a bonus action. There's no reason for me to use any of them because I don't know he's mind controlled. Okay. And I already moved Archive. Actually, I'll move. I know they're over here and here. All right, I'll move actually up here. I'd rather be further away from the aboleths.
Okay. So as you
Actually, no. I'll move to center because I know what that sneaky bugger was doing. He wanted to get to the water wall to get to me, so I'll move here.
All right. So you shift over and get into position there in the center of the boat. Is that your turn,
Okay.
Aize? Okay. At the end of your turn, the one next to... How many legendary actions has it used? Let's see. It's only used one. Okay. It's going to use 2 legendary actions to use Psychic Drain on Glum. So Glum, you are going to take 12 psychic damage as you start to feel your essence being drained, and the aboleth is going to gain 12 hit points back.
He says, my essence.
And Glum, I need you. You can go ahead and make another saving throw for me. Another wisdom saving throw.
Okay. Cool. I'll take that.
Uh,
Okay, so
I
wisdom, here
believe
you go.
Let me see. Let me try and get this.
Oh, no, I definitely missed again.
Yeah.
I got a 6.
So you are still under its command as it sucks the life force from you. Okay. That takes us to Aspen.
Yeah, I'm gonna attack this guy. Keep staying on the ruler. I'm gonna attack this guy, and also Nathan, Oceanus has bless as well.
Got it.
I don't know if that would be the difference.
On one of the attacks. No, it was a 9. So
On his saving throw, yeah. What I'm going to
on a
Eldritch
saving
Blast.
throw.
Yeah.
You got a 9. No, it wouldn't have made a difference. Sorry. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. If you're gonna
I'm going
Eldritch
to-
Blast that aboleth, you will need to move up a little, because it is one deck below. I guess you can maybe see you can kind of see tentacles every once in a while, like writhing past, but I would say it has 3/4 cover from the angle you're at.
Okay, so if I move, let's see. Actually, hold on. If I move towards like where Archive is, will I be able to see him then?
Yes, definitely. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So running over the
Alright,
edge
I'm
of
gonna
the
move
ship.
right here,
Mm-hmm.
and I will blast him twice. First attack,
Yeah, go for it.
miss.
That is an unfortunate miss. Yeah.
Second attack, yes!
Ooh.
Oh yes, I love that. That is a natural 20, so that's 18 points of damage, and yes, yeah. Sorry. Plus the Hexblade curse damage, which is 3, so yeah, 18.
18.
I'm gonna
okay.
quicken that, and I'm gonna hit him 2 more times.
Okay.
So quicken. Next, third attack
That hits.
is. Let me make sure I did not roll a 19. So that's 13 points of damage, and last attack, which is 18, and that's 17 points of damage.
Okay, so sorry. So 13 and 7. Okay. This aboleth is looking
So altogether,
really hurt.
Yeah, altogether that is 20, 28.
Okay. Yeah, this aboleth is still alive. It's looking really hurt. It has huge holes blasted in the side of it as it's kind of starting to slump there. With each hit, you see that mucus kind of come off of its body and drip off the side of the deck. But it's still hanging on to life. Is that it for you, Aspen?
I'm sorry, I think I added that wrong. It's 38.
Okay. Well, I was doing it as we went.
Yes, that is. Oh, actually, that first attack, that miss. What is that? 12. I'm gonna use, if you will let me, if that's okay with you. Can I use my favorite by the gods and roll that to add on to it? That's up to you. I mean, it's okay.
Yeah, okay. Yes.
No, you know what? It was a natural one. It was a natural one. I'll
Was
take
it a
that.
natural
I'll take
one?
that. It was a natural one.
Okay.
It was a natural one. So I missed. I missed.
All
But
right.
yeah, that's all I can do. That's it.
Oh, I just realized that.
Actually, no. I will. I think I have a couple of movements, so I will move back away from the edge. And
Okay. So all these eldritch blasts come hailing down, slamming into the side of the aboleth, chunks of flesh flying off, and at the end of your turn, Aspen, it has no more legendary actions, but we come to Glum's turn. Glum, you hear in your head,
Kill the wizard now.
He said he was going to kill me, Abe. Maybe I should kill him first.
Yes.
Okay. So, quick question.
Yep.
Still Defender. Does he know? Like, do I still have the same control over him?
I don't know.
Can he
You use him as a mount, right, to control him?
Well,
to go
so
down.
I do when I'm controlling him.
Yeah.
But my point is, if he senses that I'm otherwise occupied, he is able to act on his own even when I'm unconscious.
Yeah.
So that's
I'd
my
say
question.
because I think that you're giving this command. You would then,
Yep.
however you control your mount, you would spur him or ask him to send you, in the direction you need to go. I don't know if he knows that you're mind controlled right now because it was all in your head, but yeah, I don't know. I don't think he would because that was all in your head. It was all telepathic.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
yeah.
So then in that case, I'm going to have. Well, you tell me, kind of.
Yeah.
You know what I do generally, right? So.
I mean, go.
Um,
You were commanded to kill the wizard, so how are you going to kill the wizard?
Okay. Well, but again, there's ways that I could not kill him as bad. So
you
for
were
example-
told to kill him, so you
Okay,
treat
so-
him as a
okay, so-
monster.
I'll stay in character. This will probably be at the benefit of Chris anyway. So I'm going to go ahead and come from the inside of the ship and come up top.
Uh-huh.
I'm not sure exactly where 30 feet is. Can we be 30 feet from Aize?
Yeah. That is you're 20 feet away.
Okay,
So
so
as you crawl up
Like
and
right there.
over. Okay.
and then I'll fire 3 times at him, but I'm going to do sharpshooter, which will give me the negative to hit.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll say this: roll your first attack.
Okay. Here we go. 10.
10. Okay, so suddenly a bolt whizzes past you, Aize, as Glum is aiming his crossbow directly at you. Make an insight check for me for Scott.
Okay.
Oh,
Not for Aize, for Scott.
yeah. Aize knows what Aboleth can do. Or has an idea, so.
Yeah, insight, Delta D, Dova. Yeah, where's that? Yeah, I'm basically thinking Scott is. Let's see if Scott can. Okay, so Scott doesn't really know what's happening.
Yeah.
And you continue, please.
Okay.
Glum, please continue.
All right. 17.
Shield spell?
Okay.
Yep.
It is deflected.
Okay. Last shot. Pew, pew, pew. You don't like my jokes. Pew. 13.
13. So they are all. Those 2 shots are reflected by your shield, Aize.
And I yell out, "The gnome's under control!"
Oh man. It is now the Aboleth's turn. Unless you have anything else, Glum.
New.
Okay. This Aboleth will. God. Really does not like this water. This Aboleth will swim. Okay, so that's 20 feet. God, what is it gonna do? Yeah, I mean, it's gonna try one more time. So it's gonna go 20 feet over, and then it can swim. Wow, this is so brutal. I think it's actually gonna. You see it through Archive's eyes. You can see the dark shape there in the water, and you suddenly just see it dive and disappear out of sight as it goes deeper.
That worried me, that it's gonna try to get away. Drat.
I'll say oops. I'm gonna move it back just a little. Let's see. Yeah. Okay, cool. All right. The other one is gonna use 10 feet of movement because it's on land. As it kind of slops onto the deck. And is that? I think Aspen is technically within its reach. Yeah, 10-foot reach, and Aspen is 10 feet away. So, it's gonna do all three attacks on Aspen up through the floor. It's gonna try to break the floor out from under you. So, I'll say that this is just an attack on the floor. And this is an old rotten boat, so I'm gonna say doesn't have very high AC and doesn't have very much hit points because this boat has been sitting underwater. So, okay, sure, let's do that. Okay, here we go. So that hits with the tentacle, and it does 11 points. So Aspen, underneath you, you suddenly hear a and the wood under you cracks and splinters, and you're kind of lifted up a foot, and you hear it moaning under you as the next tentacle slams into the top of the boat. Here we go. That hits, and with that, the floor under you shatters, and Aspen, you come tumbling down to the deck, landing right in front of this thing as it's writhing there on the deck before you. Make a deck save for me, Aspen.
Okay.
Okay, so you
I don't like this.
you superhero land in the rubble without issue, and then it's going to swing its final tentacle attack straight at you. Yeah, only rolls a 13. Wow, I'm rolling like garbage, and these things have such. Ugh. Okay.
Poor Nathan. I'm sorry, Nathan.
Yeah. All right. That was the Aboleth's turn. Oceanus is going to attempt to kill this thing. Here we go. Just misses. And misses, unfortunately.
Bless.
Oh, bless. Thank you.
No problem.
Okay, so Oceanus hits with one of them, and it's probably, yeah. Okay, I feel like that always sucks, but when I kill the monster with an NPC, but okay. Oceanus drives his trident right into the side of this aboleth, skewering it as it. Glum, you immediately snap out of your mind control, and the aboleth slumps down onto the deck as Oceanus kind of coughs and hacks as the gunk in his lungs starts to take hold. That aboleth is dead. Okay, Aize, you're up.
We need to stop Glum. He's shooting me. I look at Glum and I keep. Well, my shield spell's gone now. Does he? Is there any indication or log that he is not mind controlled?
I don't know, Glum. What do you like you suddenly feel yourself come back to your senses? Does this look like anything to Aize?
Yeah. I see it pointed at him and I say, "Why am I pointing this at you?"
Oh, because the creature had taken control of your mind.
Oh, Abe.
You gave him a name? Oh, you weirdo. I'm going to drop the control water down.
Down. Okay. How far?
Let's see. He dove. And I think... Did I see how far they could move when they're sprinting underwater?
80 feet.
I drop it 100 feet down.
Oh my god. So you're now gonna be in water then. So the water will collapse in around you. Okay. As it drops 100 feet down.
And I'm gonna move Archive over here so we can have a good look.
Okay. So Archive watches the water suddenly drains down below him. Does not see the aboleth below, but suddenly hears from behind to the this way, to the west. So if you dropped it 100 feet down, you can move it 100 feet?
That's a good question. I might be full of crap. One second. Control water. My range is 300 feet. Yes, I can drop it 100 feet.
You can't? Oh, really? Because you can just move it up to the range of the casting of the spell? Wow, okay. So, drops down 100 feet. Yeah, the aboleth falls for 100 feet. Dexterity saving, these poor aboleths. Dexterity saving throw. Here we go. Fails. Go ahead and roll 10d6 bludgeoning.
Okay. I'll roll it twice. I can't do 10. I can do 5 and 5. So
Okay.
here's 5. And
Wait, no,
here's
those are
another 5.
D10s. Those are D10s. Those are D10s.
Oh,
Oh shit! Oh, sorry. Oh, sorry.
I was about to say,
That's
that's
okay.
crazy.
Sorry, I clicked the wrong one.
Yeah, I was like,
Do it,
oh
do
my
it.
god.
All right, sorry. 5d6 once.
That was like
5d6 twice. Okay.
So 22
So
and
that's-
17. Okay.
39 points of
39
damage.
points of damage. Okay. The aboleth splashes down into the water. Okay. You say that was your turn.
I'm gonna drop Archive and just say free fall down. I want to keep track of it.
Okay.
No matter where, if it's gonna stay in the trench, that's actually the worst place it could go. While I have the spell running, I can do that to that thing for quite a while. Oh well, I feel sorry for it, but I don't. I'm kidding.
All right. So, Archive drops down and sees the aboleth there in the water, writhing, trying to get away. Is that it for you, Aize?
Can Archive talk to it?
Yeah.
Tell it to surrender.
Okay. Yeah. So Archive drops down, and as the little book rockets towards the aboleth, you all hear Archive's voice far below.
You there! Surrender! Surrender now!
Okay. We'll see what happens. All right. Jeez, it is. You dropped it 100 feet. Wow, it is far. Okay, it has fallen very far down. Okay, Aspen, you're up.
I don't even know what to do after that. How far down is this thing?
So, are you gonna go over the edge and look down?
Yeah.
So, stepping up to the edge and looking down, it's 190 feet away. It is way down this trench, and you can see this trench It is very dark down there. Like you're really only catching it because there's a little bit of light emanating off from Archive that's kind of catching the glint of its slimy outline and the water that's kind of lapping far down in that trench, and it's just darkness.
I can't do anything about that. So, I guess I have to hold. I will hold my turn at Eldritch Blast because I can't move more than 15 feet to get to anyone
Okay.
to heal. So I will. Yeah, I will just hold my turn. Hold my turn to Eldritch Blast
Okay.
if it comes into my range.
Okay. Glum, you are up.
Yeah, so want to make sure, well, actually, just explain to me if you can where there's water, where there's not right now.
Oh yeah, y'all are in water right now. Cause,
Everything's water.
Yeah, because Aize dropped it 100 feet down. So really the only thing that's not water is that area of the trench. The dark, like, crack that's, like, south of the boat.
Okay.
The, like, really
Gotcha.
dark blue section here, right? This is
Gotcha,
all...
okay.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and have Scott run me on the inside of the boat down
Okay.
80 feet. I'll use my bonus action to allow him to dash.
Okay.
So he'll be 80 feet down.
Okay.
How far am I from him now?
What is your goal here? Are you gonna try to run down the cliff wall of the of the trench to get closer to
This. No, the inside of the ship.
it? Inside the ship?
So
Okay.
I want to go.
So the ship, I said, was 20 feet up, so you can, 20 feet of movement, you can get down to the base of the boat, and now you're down in the sand, and the edge of the cliff drops off before you to the south, and you know that the Aboleth is somewhere down there.
Okay, got it. And where does it drop off? Can you ping? Because it's hard to tell.
Yeah,
when
it's kind of a gentle, like it's a harsh cliff here, starting here where the dark blue is. So it's kind of like a gradual slope, and then dropped into a cliff.
Okay. I will go ahead and I'm going to move down 20. I'm going to use my action to cast invisibility, which will then make my spider climb go away, and I'll have Scott move 20 feet. I think this is about 20 feet.
Okay.
Is that about 20?
Sure.
And that's it. So I'm now invisible,
Okay.
and he's right there, and that's
Okay.
my turn.
So as you doggy paddle Scott over there, and you stand there invisibly, that's your turn. Okay. That takes us to the Aboleth. Okay, so you called out through Archive to surrender. Can... Okay. Can... Interesting. I don't know if it can communicate to Archive. This is odd. It communicates telepathically. Can it telepathically communicate to Archive?
That's your call. We're in
Yeah.
dark waters here.
Yeah. I mean, Archive is Archive is sentient. Like Archive clearly has like a personality and a consciousness. So I'm gonna say yes. So okay. Something happens with Archive as the Aboleth looks up towards Archive. Wow, this is really weird. Okay.
What does the book say? Get it?
What does the book say? Okay. I just... So... I see. Okay. Archive can communicate telepathically with you, Aize, is that right? Okay. So Archive telepathically communicates back to you. You hear it.
Oh, I do not like this. Talking with this thing is horrible, but it would like to speak with you all. It seems to believe that we may have common ground. Oh, you've done the silence thing again, Aize. You gotta stop doing that to yourself.
I'm sorry. All right. Tell it to stay on the water surface it's on, and I'll bring it up. And the first, if it twitches or does anything threatening, then we'll end it. Is it?
All right.
And then you kind of hear far below the faint voice of Archive.
Okay, no sudden movements. We will end you. We're going to bring you up. Just float there, like one of those toy ducks.
Okay.
Capitan, the creature has surrendered, and I'm going to bring it up.
All right.
Oh, so we're okay. All right then. That is, man. I thought I was gonna get to kill the other one. All right.
Well, it's still up to you, Captain. I know you're a devil child, and I'm not going to try to stop you. But
Yeah, you know, there's Dune, and it's, you know, my mom would not be happy if I let that slide. So, but we'll see what it has to say first.
Well, yeah, let's hear it out. I'm very curious because, oh my goodness, what a strange and interesting creature. All right, I'll bring it up.
Okay. How high do you raise the water?
I'll raise the water so that it is even with the railing of the boat.
Okay. So it just floats there as the water surges upwards, and it lets itself get taken with the current. And you suddenly see this creature floating there before you. It's very odd to be in this space where all around you is dark, crushing ocean, and there's that strange, glinting, glassy, almost like surface of the water surrounding you, and there, resting before you, is this aberration, this Lovecraftian horror that's just staring back at you with its 3 eyes, its mouth gently kind of sucking air in and pushing it out as the tentacles kind of writhe around it, and you all hear its voice enter into your mind.
Well, thank you for surrendering. I think we might have a conversation with you at some point. Oh, where's the other one go?
You hear its voice creep into your mind.
You have slain.
Yes, but I did want to examine the body. Because that's what I do. Mon Capitan!
Let us first speak on where we may have common ground before you start dissecting the one that was with me.
The voice kind of creeps over all your minds. And you feel the presence in your mind is there. It's probing. It's you feel yourself thinking things that you weren't expecting to think, as if it's drawing the thoughts from you. And you start to have flashes of your childhood, of your worst moments in life, of your best moments in life, just kind of quickly flashing through your mind, even though they weren't even there. And
Glum,
you see, yeah,
Glum only has bad moments in life, just so you know.
only bad moments. Just Glum flashing through Glum's eyes, this 1,000-yard stare out into the ocean, and the voice sort of burbles through your mind.
So, you've met Skofgar, or at least a part of Skofgar. I see he has deceived you all, sending you here. That foul, wretched, foul excuse for our kind.
Oh, he's an aboleth.
Right. Yes, the most foul creature among us, one that is stooped so low to seek power from those beyond, does not rely on our very own intellect, our experience of being the rulers of this place. I see that he has brought you here with his sweet words. Do not trust him.
Aize, aren't we supposed to kill both of them?
That was the arrangement, but I couldn't miss the opportunity to have a conversation with a monster. I mean, come on. That's just my nature.
Is this the part where we burn down the ship?
We're underwater.
I can't burn the ship down. We're underwater. That only happened once. Don't hold that against me.
I love you, Chris.
So this Skufgar is the Whisperer, and you're objecting because he's not a bigot like you, and he's gone to the surface and decided to seek power
Skofka
from...
has reached out to powers beyond us, to the very gods that obliterated our kind. Skofka was found doing the foulest thing imaginable, worshipping something beyond us. This
You happen to know the name of the god?
What was this?
You happen to know the name of the god that...
No, we do not trouble ourselves with such awful things.
Wait a minute. I know aboleths are god haters, right?
Yeah, you do.
I looked to Aspen and Glum and said, he told us that these two were in league with TD, he who should not be named. Isn't that a god?
Yes.
I don't think so. He's like a really bad demon or something.
Hey, you wouldn't have to be in league with I can't say his name, but would you happen to be in league with an extra-dimensional creature that is seeking entry into the prime material plane with the goal of destruction, dominion, etc.?
No!
And you all feel that flash once more in your brain as you see those images of what looks to be some sort of chaotic war of bursts of holy light and fire as these, what you now recognize as silhouettes of these aboleths being obliterated and turned to ash deep within some trench. And in those flashes you can see the imagery of some looming massive humanoid being writhing in the deep. Something humanoid in nature, something powerful and terrible, some being that is just destroying these aboleths in an instant.
Do you happen to know from that image that we just gathered from your psychic scream there, do you happen to know who that large figure was that was destroying you all? Your
She has
ancestor?
been called by many names, but the most fitting is the sea bitch.
Umberly, right. Got it.
Okay, that makes sense. Yes.
Okay, Umberly. Alright. I understand. You shouldn't call her that in the sea, though. She might, hear you. So, where's your treasure?
What was that?
Where's your treasure?
Our treasure, we have no traveler with us. We have traveled very far to come here to obliterate Skofka. And if you are willing to help me with this task, even though you have slain one of my kind, I would be willing to aid you.
Well, you see, we have a little conundrum. Skofgar, he told us he would give us someone if we killed you guys, and now you're, saying if we help you. You see, we just need the person that Skofgar is holding. I don't really care what happens to you two.
Aspen, you feel that kind of probe in your mind again, and you suddenly feel yourself thinking about your mother and all of the conversations you've had with her over the years, and suddenly the voice focuses in on you.
I see. So Skofka told you that we were in league with his god.
His god!
I see that you desire nothing more than to destroy this being that Skofka has aligned himself with. Please let me help you. Please, I can help you.
Your call, Captain. I will support you.
So, Nathan, just to get this correct, Skofgar is aligned with Umberly?
It seems that this Aboleth, by probing your memories, believes that Skothga is in league with Theris Dune. Not with Umberly.
You lied to us.
Yes.
Yes,
There's Dune.
Skofgar is nothing but a deceiver. He would have told you anything you wanted to hear.
We need to wipe all traces of Theris Dune off of this realm. So, yes, if you are lying to us, though, we will kill you.
I don't doubt it.
All right, well, I motion to Glum and Oceanus to come forward, and I will hit them with a cure wounds.
Oh, and whatever crap you did to Oceanus, stop it.
Oceanus is kind of coughing there at the side, and not Skothga, this creature, which you don't know the name of, this creature speaks into your minds.
I'm afraid I can't do anything about that. That is just what happens when creatures start to become one with the true beings that are us.
No offense, but you guys are jerks.
Do you happen to know a spell to remove it?
Can I make a medicine check on Oceanus to see if he's
yep.
like diseased or something?
Make a medicine check.
Okay. 20.
20.
Oh, and they both, Glum and Oceanus both get back
actually,
19
That is
points of healing.
wow. This is a very good point. Oceanus, when you bring the water up and into the air, Oceanus starts gasping and crawling on the deck and has to run and leap into the water to seem to not be able to. He seems to not be able to breathe the air. So Oceanus is actually out, like, watching all of this from the water on the outside. With a 20, Aspen, yeah, you... I'm trying to think. I guess you also have heard of aboleths, but not quite on the same level as Aize. And you would know that there is an affliction that can happen where when you come into contact with an aboleth, with the mucus that radiates off of them, this effect can happen where you essentially can only breathe water and you no longer can breathe air when you become diseased by this mucus. It could be removed with anything that can remove disease. However, it also, this effect specifically, since Oceanus wasn't struck with the tentacles, is likely temporary. It should only last no more than 4 hours. So you can wait it out, or you can try to cure it.
We do have to go above, back to our ship, and I don't want him struggling for breath, so I will cure it using my one free lesser restoration.
Okay, if that cures disease, then indeed Oceanus is... and as you release the magic on Oceanus, he starts to hack and cough, and just a huge amount of gunk and slime comes out of his lungs as he kind of vomits it out into the water.
That is disgusting. Okay.
Yes, I know. Just don't look. Don't look at me.
Oh no, I'm gonna look.
Well, I'm right in front of you, so I don't know how you want me to not look. I'm standing right here, but I just pat his back.
We're at time here, so as you all stand here on the deck of the ship, surrounded by the oppressive ocean around you, this creature floating there before you, staring up at you, getting ready to form some sort of alliance with it, and hopefully we'll see what happens next time as we end there. Next week should be exciting. I'm excited for you all to join us. We are going to be getting back another cast member. It's going to be joining us again. those of you that were watching us from the beginning, Erica will be joining us again next week, which we're very excited to have her back.
Yay! Ren is back. I can't wait.
So
I'm so happy.
so yeah, Rin will be
Oh,
joining us soon.
yes.
All right, let's call it there. Thank you everybody for joining us this evening, and we will see you all next time. Oh, hold on, I need to fix something before. Okay, cool. We'll see you all next time. Bye, everybody.
Aspen pose.
Oh, wait.
There you go.
Let me hold it there, Aize. Let me send it to the full screen of you. That's awesome.
I
Yes.
love that.
So good.
More gold.
I'm just gonna do like different weapons for you now.
All right.
Oh, and
is there one more?
charge.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's awesome. Look at that.
Oh, I love it.
The nose, that's epic.
All right. Good night, everybody. Have a lovely
All right.
evening.